All right, guys, here we go. Day 5. And as you can see up on the screen, we have the draft between Leary and Sebastian, which is going to be our 7-game series that I'm going to be, well, best of 7 series that I'm going to be casting here in the semifinals for Red Bull Wololo Londinium. And we're going to go ahead and start off with the map draft. So here we go. Hello, Wazzy. What's up? What's up? Leary's going to ban Glacies. Sebastian. We'll see what he bans. We'll do the map draft, civ draft, and then hopefully the games will be on. Hey, Final Insomnia. What's going on? Hello, hello. Sebastian bans Stone Drift, which I'm really happy because this is my least favorite map to watch. Leary picks Dorothea Quarry, a really action-filled map that I've enjoyed. I found this like very fun games on Dorothea Quarry. We've had some really good ones from Dorothea Quarry, and I'm looking forward to this set more than the other set today because I think this will be a very good set between these two. I think Leary probably has a slight advantage, but very strong performance from Sebastian so far in this tournament, and I'm looking forward to see what he can bring to the table to potentially be able to compete against Leary, who's looked incredibly strong. So Sebastian's going to pick up Hengehold and Stonefront, two of my favorites, and I think these are maps that both Leary and Sebastian play very well on, and we'll see what Leary goes for now. I'm going to pop over and just make sure that we're not far away from, yeah, okay, they're still talking, so they're still doing introductions. Players aren't yet on the stage, so I'm going to keep an eye on that, make sure we're not missing any of the action. Leary picks Thames and Blue Wells. Thames, another one of my favorites. Blue Wells, a newer map, has produced some fun games as well. And now Sebastian with... waits till the last second here. And we're going to have... literally down to the last second. And it's Volpine. All right, so... a lot of close and open maps here for Sebastian. Hybrid map for Leary. A more wide open, but a little further away here for Leary with Thames. And Rampart is going to be our admin pick. I am so happy with this draft. Map draft looking amazing. Going to produce some really good games. Let's hop on over and check out what the civ draft is going to look like. Also just going to keep an eye on this. Make sure we're not missing any action here yet. All right, bans first. Sebastian's going to ban. And then, okay, Sebastian's going to ban Burgundians. And Leary right away banning Tupi. Does not want to deal with Tupi. Leary bans Persians and Tupi right out of the gate. We know Leary has banned all of the South American civs every draft so far. We'll see if he continues with that pattern. See if he continues on with that. And Sebastian bans Burgundians and Koreans, the two civs which most people consider to be the strongest civs in this tournament, and both of them are banned right away by Sebastian. Sebastian bans Wei as well. 3 of the civs that are considered to be top picks. And Leary's going to go Tupi, Persians, Bengalis, Mapuche. Bengali considered one of the best picks for Rampart, so not that surprising that he got rid of it. And in general, Bengali is just a very strong civ. But Mapuche and Tupi already banned for Leary. Portuguese banned by Sebastian. And we all know that Portuguese has been a favorite for a lot of these players on Hengehold and Stonefront. So not surprising to see that ban there. Vietnamese, another ban from Sebastian. Also top pick for a lot of the players in this tournament. Leary. Let's just make sure we're not missing the action. Still no action happening, guys. So don't worry. We're not missing any of the game yet. Make sure that we're there on time to catch the game, the first game of the set between these two. Leary bans Aztecs, and that's not too surprising. We've seen Sebastian play very well on Volpine with Aztecs, so I'm not real surprised to see that ban from Leary. And Leary going to ban, what's his last ban? Let's see here. He's got 9 seconds to figure it out. And he's going to ban Spanish. Oh, the Mapuche and Tupi were banned, but Muisca was not. Interesting. First time I think Leary has not banned one of the South American civs. Leary takes the Maya right away. Sebastian banned Saracens, by the way. Another top pick for maps like Henschhold. Sebastian banning some of the civs that he picked in the last few drafts. So I think Sebastian feels like he's going to need to pull out some really good strategies, maybe some hidden strategies here in the semifinal that haven't been revealed yet. I think we're going to see maybe some different civ picks and strategies than we have been seeing. And Sebastian pulls Dravidians as his first pick. Interesting. I think we'll probably see Dravidians on Blue Wells. I think we'll probably see Maya on Henschhold or Stonefront, but maybe Volpine. And Sebastian needs to make his second pick. We'll make sure we're not missing any action here still. All right, still no action happening, guys. And Byzantines. Byzantines have been one of the top picks overall in the tournament. Almost every draft, they're either banned or picked, and Sebastian picks them up. The counter to Byzantines typically has been a civ like Koreans or Vietnamese, something that has Fire Lancers, although we saw Ketons from... who was it yesterday that did Ketons? I think Ketons was maybe Viper's pick against Yo yesterday, and that was very strong. Leary's going to go with Franks, and we all know that Franks has been played a lot on Henschhold. So I imagine that Maya will probably be on Stonefront, and Henschhold will probably be Franks for Leary, but we'll see. Byzantines, I would imagine that Byzantines will probably be on Stonefront or Volpine for Sebastian. Dravidians will probably be on Blue Wells. Italians will probably be on Blue Wells for Leary. Could be wrong, but I think that that's probably going to be his pick. And Sebastian going to pick up another civ here in a second. Just make sure that we're not missing any game action yet. There comes Leary onto the stage, guys. We'll just reload the page, make sure we're not missing anything. All right, so Sebastian is now on the stage as well. So both players taking the stage. Tatars for Sebastian. Cumans and Tatars. Cumans could be on Henschhold for Sebastian. Could also be Stonefront. Tatars will most likely be on Dorothea Quarry. This has been a top pick for Dorothea Quarry. Sebastian getting a very good civ for that map. Tatars has dominated on Dorothea Quarry up until now. I think Georgians beat it yesterday, but besides that, Tatars has won almost every other game, and Leary takes Georgians. We know that Georgians and Tatars will most likely both be played on Dorothea Quarry, and we might get not a rematch, but we might see those civs up against each other again. Leary taking Mongols. Mongols will probably be played on Rampart. There's a fast castle step lancer strategy that's very typical for Mongols on Rampart. There's a lot of hunt. Gonna make sure that we're live here and not missing any of the games. Okay, games have not started yet. Very close to starting though. I'm sure we'll see it any second now. We're gonna see Rampart as the first map. And I think on Rampart, we'll probably see Mongols versus perhaps Romans. But there's a lot of good options for Rampart. I do believe we can actually see. We're gonna go ahead and leave this draft. We can actually see the full draft now here. So we're live.
Honestly.
And Leary's draft. Look at his bands. Look at his bands, man.
Not only the bands, also. I love the maps. Where's the water here? It's in the hell. I was going to call you Nilly, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Dave, don't worry, don't worry. But I called Nilly because I was with a pleb with me, like me, and Ranked. You intimidate me a lot. But Dorothy Quarry, Thames, Blue Wells, then Henschhold, Stonefront, Volpine. We start with Rampart and Civilizations for Leary, Mayans, Franks, Italians, Georgians, Mongols, Ethiopians, Kitans, Bulgarians. Okay, I mean.
I'm going to meet these guys and talk about these civs a little bit. So Bulgarians, Ketons, Ethiopians were the three we hadn't seen yet from Leary. Bulgarians, a very interesting pick. We might see Bulgarians on something like... might see it on something like Volpine or Henschhold. I don't know. Actually, I don't know where Bulgarians will be played. Bulgarians might not be played at all, to be honest. Ethiopians or Mayas probably on Henjold. Um, Lithuanians, Magyars, and Huns were the three civs we hadn't seen from Sebastian. I really like these picks. Magyars, just a top pick overall. Very strong on Thames. Huns as well, really good on Thames. I'll be surprised if we don't see Tatars on Dorothea Quarry. I think I like Sebastian's draft slightly better. I think I like his draft slightly better. I do think Franks on Henjold will be very strong for Leary. I think Georgians on Dorothea Quarry will be very strong for Leary. I think Mongols on Rampart will be very strong for Leary. But I think I like Dravidians better for Blue Wells. I think I like Cumans better on Henjold. I don't know. Franks is so good on Henjold as well, though. I definitely like Byzantines better on Stonefront than any of the other options for Leary, but Ketons was very strong from Viper against Yo yesterday on Stonefront, so who knows? Maybe Ketons will be good here. Vulpine, whether it's Byzantines or Magyars, I think both of those would be really good for Sebastian. But here we go. I think we're going to hop into the game very soon.
Apparent with which civilization you're picking where, so your opponent can't get much insight onto that. Leary, I think, is a little bit more transparent, right? He's got Mayans for Vulpine, most likely. He's got Franks for Henjold. And then we move on to something like Blue Wells. He's probably going to go with Italians or Ethiopians, right? Or Ketons, actually. Yeah. So Blue Wells maybe has some questions on it. But Sebastian's draft, like you said, all of these civs can be used anywhere.
Are kind of versatile. Then, after those push-ups from yesterday, after that, 4-3.
If you lose the first game, 20 push-ups, 100%. Has to be.
You don't want to snowball against Leary, you know?
Reverse it, yeah, reverse it. Yeah. Get the momentum going in your favor. Get that blood flowing.
We could talk a little bit about the times that they have faced it, you know, and the most important time that they faced it recently, which has been, Dave?
Well, I have to say the group stage.
Yeah, it's true.
They get familiar with each other, right? But they did face in TTL as well. Leary got a good result there. There's a couple really close series here. Thalassocracy 2. It was Sebastian getting 2 games from Leary. It was a best of 5. And then we look back to Warlords, and Sebastian, that was his last victory against Leary last year. It was 3-2.
Yeah, it's the one that he faced it. But as you mentioned, we are in Empire Wars. So here, Leary will have probably the advantage.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sebastian's definitely the underdog.
Okay. Let's see, because we are going to
that was an accident.
Number 1 very soon.
Both players just kind of warming up here, getting ready. Sebastian, the underdog, heading into this one. Leary, former Red Bull Wololo champion, 2-time champion, I believe. Although he hasn't won a LAN event, especially a 1v1 LAN event. I don't believe he's ever taken one in his career. Leary really wants this one. Leary, I think, has played the best out of all the players here at this tournament so far.
For sure, I think he has been the best player. Playing the best Age of Empires.
Yeah.
In my opinion, for sure. And it's not only because Hera, for example, lost 2 games against MBL. It feels so sharp. Mm-hmm. He has felt so sharp, like almost no mistakes. I mean, you always can improve some stuff, and when you ask to them, they always complain. They are never happy, which is good, because it makes that you have the feeling that they just want to increase their level every single time.
Exactly.
You know?
And I think Leary's been getting increasingly frustrated about these losses, especially at the second place.
He doesn't joke anymore.
No, you know? No. Like, I think for a while there, maybe he was didn't like, bother him as much. He thought, like, eventually it's going to come my way. But, like, when is that? He's still young. He's still 24. Which is crazy.
Don't remind me, please.
Because we've been watching him for 10 years, man.
He was 14,
I know.
He was 14.
I know.
And he's better every day.
Yeah.
But then you have to face with someone that, like Hera, that is on the top 1, and he's like feeling, man, I could have won half of this tournament.
Yeah.
And then I'm being in, if people know, he has been in the most of the finals. In most of the finals, Leary.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry, guys. We will start very soon. We are having some small technical issues, but this is going to be fixed very soon, and we will start the games as soon as this is going to be fixed. So
surprise, surprise, technical
for
issues.
now, Rampart, and then, well, we could talk a bit about also the other series as well while we're waiting. And predictions, first predictions. I think Leo should be favorite, but I want a 4-3 here.
I want a 4-3 regardless.
Yes.
The heart tells me 4-3. It doesn't matter. At the 7th game, it doesn't matter who wins. For me, any person.
I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I think we're gonna see a
Mind
4-2
is telling me
personally, but
4-2
you know.
Leary.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I agree with you. We were talking also before start this casting. We have talking about this, and then what about the Viper versus Hera? Because we are not going to have the opportunity to cast it. So let's give some prediction here to the viewers. Some Menstradamus and Dave Damus. Heart again. Let's go for the heart. You know,
the heart says another 7 games. The mind is telling me something different, but I'm gonna put it out there right now. Because everyone already thinks I'm an idiot anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what I say. But if I'm right,
okay,
I think Viper's gonna win 4-2.
Okay. 4-2 for the Viper.
Oh, hey!
But I feel that, you know, someone in the crowd want that the Viper win, you know?
Somebody, yeah.
Somebody, you know, somebody. Oh, I don't know if the players
The mind's not telling me that, though. The mind is saying, no.
The players, well, but now I'm going to be like this. We have the crowd, and we need to listen to the crowd.
Yeah.
Who want Leary to win this series? Not who you think. Who want Leary to win the series? I want to listen to the crowd. Who want Leary to win this series?
Oh, I heard one in the lots of cheering and someone screaming. All right, well, who wants Sebastian to win this series? I think it might be a little bit more.
People love the underdog always.
Yeah.
People love the underdog. You know,
I mean,
it's happened.
He's such an
and
entertaining player. They're both entertaining players.
Yes, I mean, honestly, for me, Leo is super talented, you know, and love to cast his series because he's always going aggressive, you know. But how many players in a tournament of this caliber, they go out of his chair and start to make push-ups in front of the people? You know, that gives something extra to Sebastian, let's be honest, you know, like, and that's not scripted. Definitely not, you know?
I think the only other player I've seen do that was Jordan.
Yeah.
He's
in a LAN event?
At
in NAC
Red Bull.
maybe?
Heidelberg.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Jordi, we miss you, man.
So that's not a bad stage to company on. Jordan and Sebastian, fan favorites, both of them.
He made the push-ups just after was 3-2 behind. Oh wow!
And then he won 2 games in a row.
I'm gonna go push-up now.
Please don't.
Don't know for what. Well, we don't have camera. Thanks God here to show anything. You know, I can make 2 or 3. You know, I can make 2 or 3. Well, about the draft then.
Dude, gotta love how much filler content we're getting because of the technical difficulties.
More or less identified a little bit more where maybe Leo is gonna locate those civilizations. So if you have some bad matchup against your opponent, it can be tricky.
Yeah. I think Leary's draft is definitely more transparent, as you said, right? Like, and that's the thing about Leary's gameplay. He lets you know what he's gonna do. There's no secrets there.
Yeah, but
and it's up to
matter.
you to try and stop it. And that's how good he is. And we've said it so many times. Welcome in semifinals. The underdog, Sebastian, matching up against Leary.
Right, hopefully they turn this down a little bit. There's Easter bunnies. That's hilarious. Hi, Jessica. You can hear that crowd already. Okay, guys, we have Sebastian as Cumans, Leary as Mongols. I just think it's hilarious that they added Easter bunnies instead of regular rabbits. Sebastian's going to go ahead and open range. I think we're going to see 2 range opening from Sebastian. Leary's going to open in with a stable. He's also adding a range, so we're probably going to see scouts and some skirms. Mongols, a very common pick on this map, as you have so much hunt. There's the 2 boars, but there's like a dozen rabbits on one side and a dozen on the other. So many rabbits, so the collection rate for the Mongols being really strong here. We're going to see the armor come in for the scouts already from Leary. We're going to see fletching coming in for Sebastian. We're going to see 2 spears and an archer moving forward for Sebastian. Sebastian looking for that early aggression, looking to get some damage in fast. Ooh, and we're going to see Sebastian maybe lose the scout here. No, he backs it up. He backs it up. And I think, okay, double bid axe in for both players. Any stable yet for Sebastian? And there's the skirm already for Leary, who's going to be continuing to add skirms to deal with this. Ooh, and Sebastian saves the Vil. He almost lost the Vil luring a boar, but he gets the save on it. He's going to lose the scout here. Leary doing a really nice job, not taking any doinks from the scout. As I say that, I think he lost the scout. Not sure. Sebastian continuing to add archers. Does have, I think all the spears are forward. He might have one at home. But 2 archers and two spears here. But honestly, the 3 scouts and the 2 skirms coming over for Leary should be fine here. Actually, I think Sebastian's going to get the Vil. Sebastian's going to track that Vil, and he's going to kill it. Oh, and Sebastian just misses with the arrows, but will he get it? I think he gets it. Yeah. Leary's not even paying attention to it anymore. He knows he's going to lose it. So he loses the Vil. And the crowd goes wild. The crowd goes absolutely wild. But at the same time, Sebastian actually taking a good fight with his archers at home. Sebastian taking a good fight with the archers. Leary getting bloodlines and forging for his scouts. So more attack and more HP. We do have armor already in for the archers for Sebastian. I think Sebastian trying to get some walls down here, making it more difficult for Leary to get in with the raids. And now we're going to see the market from Sebastian as he's going to be thinking about going up. We have the melee upgrade coming in for Sebastian. Is this a misclick? We have Town Watch, but we also have forging. Maybe it's not. He's adding a scout right now. Maybe he feels like he needs light cav to deal with these skirms. And the KD in favor of Leary, 7-5. The Eco KD in favor of Sebastian by 1 Vil. The res collected slightly in favor of Sebastian, but very close. Really hard to play on a hill like this. And Leary just really camping that hill, using that hill to his advantage. And Sebastian having a hard time here, defending this aggression off. 44 seconds of idle TC time for Leary. So Leary idled his TC a little bit, so he's down 2 Vils. And it looks like, oh, Sebastian taking the fight uphill. Really not a great fight for Sebastian. Sebastian feels like he needs to take the fight. And we're going to have the castle time all ready for Leary. Leary is on his way up. Sebastian a long ways from clicking. And I think Mongol's just such a good civ here. And we're gonna see a second range now for Leary at home. He's getting archer armor upgrade. And we have bloodlines now coming in for Sebastian. Sebastian nowhere close to clicking, but does have a lot more army on the field. Does have more Vils. Oh, nice job there from Sebastian to take no damage from the skirms. But the problem will be the Castle Age timing for Sebastian is just not there. And the Castle Age timing for Leary will be so strong. Hard to think of a situation where Sebastian will be able to defend here. And Leary just even with Sebastian, res collected. Hello, Teutonic. But yeah, I'm thinking that Sebastian is going to have a really hard time here. Getting up. He's trying to buy some food. Will he just stay feudal? I think that Leary may be making the much better choice on how to play this game 1. Rampart just kind of dominated by Mongols. Leary with 3 ranges. We know what Leary wants to do when he gets up, and it's going to come out right away. The CA is on the way. Light Cav is on the way. Bodkin is on the way. Bowsaw is on the way. And Sebastian is in deep trouble. 9 scouts on the field and 16 archers. And now Sebastian trying to take the fight before the upgrades come in for Leary, but the upgrades are in. This fight will be brutal. Castle Age still 2 minutes away for Sebastian. And Sebastian on the worst end of that deal. Leary ahead 31-13 in the KD. And Leary with a commanding lead in game 1. Now, I will say, Leary has lost 4 vills. Sebastian is ahead now, 500 res and res collected. But this is a very rough start now for Sebastian, who will be playing from his back foot, trying to defend with archers for a full minute at home. And now the light cav is in. Sebastian does not have army to defend. He's trying to defend with his TC. The vill count will quickly even out here. A lot of skirms now coming out, but I think Sebastian will have to tap. Sebastian obviously not wanting to tap this early in the first game. Maybe we'll play on for a few minutes to warm up. But Leary just dominating game 1. Sebastian having a rough start. And the GG is called by Sebastian. Leary with a dominating game 1 versus Sebastian in this best of 7. Incredible performance from Leary.
Overwhelming Sebastian with the faster castle age time.
I feel Kumans is good in most of the situations, except in this one. Kumans here cannot compete with the Mongols.
They get out aggroed. Yeah, exactly.
He cannot compete because even doing all the average as you saw, he could go up to castle quickly because there's a lot of hand. And well, he took game number 1 very fast. And for people that is gonna get worried, oh man, how he got that fast? This is Leary.
No, this is Leary with Mongols.
Yeah, with Mongols even, you know. But in general, Leary tried to play this kind of game. It works. It's winning. It's not working. He's still gonna be able to be dangerous and hold, but we have seen this before.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we both cast a Leary game, a Leary set that would go to the 7th game, and it was only an hour long.
Yeah, and look what Leary said. There is no map that is unfamiliar or unknown. We practice everything.
Wow.
And shut up. It's straight for the second game.
That's a mic drop right there. Nothing is unknown to me.
Yeah. I can with everything.
Yep.
Nomination. Well, Leary now is going to be obviously very confident, but Sebastian was in a very tough position yesterday. It's a best of 7 series, you know. And to be honest, losing against the Mongols is no shame on it, you know, and on Leary's hands as well. But now he needs to think that maybe you have to do something else. Your strategies need to be here really on point, because if not, Leary's going to punish you.
He also lost with the Cumans though, which is a really good civ for Sebastian's style of early aggression, right? So it's not like you lost with your last civilization pick. If he picked Lithuanians there against Mongols and then he lost, I think he's feeling a lot better about it, you know, a lot better about himself than losing with the Cumans on the first game.
Like, honestly, Lithuanians there.
Lithuanians
with the Trajan is really fast.
I still think you're in trouble though. I think the way to win that Rampart game is not let Leary get Mongols in the draft.
Yeah, I'm very surprised about that, because, well, look at those bans, right? He banned Burgundians, Korean, Wei, Portuguese, Vietnam, Saracens. He banned some civilizations that Leary has shined a lot, like Portuguese, Vietnam, or Saracens. But Mongols is a civilization that not Leary shine. Everyone shine.
Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's having a good time.
It's comfortable, those we can say that it's really, really amazing, you know. Really, really amazing. People is gonna have a great time today, the whole day, and tomorrow even more. The next level is gonna be tomorrow, guys.
Royal Albert Hall awaits.
Record again tomorrow.
Exactly.
In Age of Empires 2. Huh? You remember Dave? Public Times?
It seems like a distant memory now, man.
You smile. It was a dream.
Yep.
No, this is the dream.
Still living it.
Yes. All right. Would you see gamer mode activated? Do we know the maps? Not yet, but we're gonna see in a moment. What do you think? He should pick now his home map? I think so. You don't want to be in a 2-0
Yeah,
now.
you don't. I mean, he should feel comfortable on all these maps, but your draft strategy is more or less tailored towards your own.
All right, guys, we have game 2 between Leary and Sebastian. Leary picking Maya, Sebastian going Byzantines, and no surprise at all here for Sebastian to pick Byzantines on Stonefront. A lot of Byzantines has been played on Stonefront. If there is a mod here who could put up a Gamba, that would be great. I would greatly appreciate it. Wizard of Bracada wants one. And here we go. We're going to see a skirm opening. So we're going to have one archer, and then we're going to have skirms from Sebastian. We're going to have eagles. Eagle opening with archers for Leary. Leary's going to open both. Very interesting to see this eagle archer opening from Leary. We're going to see how Sebastian deals with this. Is he going to be playing skirms and archers? Is he going to be playing straight archers to try and deal with the eagles? We're going to see a market right away from Leary as well. So Leary may be baiting. I actually think that this is a bait from Leary. He's made 3 eagles, but he only made 3 eagles to make it look like he was going to continue with the early aggression. He's adding the market. He wants to go up and play eagles or maybe a crossbow timing, but yeah, it's hard to know which one, but he's making more archers, so it makes me think he wants to go for that crossbow timing, but he's trying to perhaps bait Sebastian into thinking it's eagles. A good block here. Really good block from Sebastian. We need to see... Oh, but the scout's on stand ground. Okay, the scout's going to run away. The scout's going to run away. And Leary uses the market and is about ready to click up. And we're going to see how Sebastian deals with this early aggression. All right, there it is. The castle age is in for Leary. Horse Scholar's going to come in as well. And he's not building any more army at the moment. Yeah, can't afford to build any more army at the moment. Sebastian also stopped building army. It looks like Sebastian knows what's coming and is getting ready to click up himself. Nice job from Sebastian to get walled up, though. And there's the market being added from Sebastian. And we'll see how Sebastian handles the eagles. Eagles usually a decent counter to the Byzantine trash. You can't really play camels. You can't really play skirms. You can't really play spears. You'll have to play into some other unit to deal with the eagles. Obviously, as the game gets later, it gets a little easier. So you do get hand cannon, and you also get cataphracts, but you do have to take into account that there's plumed archers, right? There's plumed archers for the Mayans that can do well against most of those units. Mayans maybe not a bad option against the Byzantines here. And we're going to have a Vil going forward, which I assume will be for a siege workshop, as Leary will want to close the game out early. We're going to see a house now. We're going to see a house now from Leary before he gets up, and then we'll probably see the siege workshop from that same Vil. And we're just going to see continued skirm production from Sebastian, but Sebastian, ooh, maybe an accidental militia click, or is he going to play longswords? Not 100% sure here. And Sebastian still making more skirms. And there's the siege workshop that we talked about. Leary getting that siege workshop up. Sebastian gonna add some houses here. Nice job from Sebastian to pick off another archer, though. Well done there. And will we see... I mean, there's a second range now going for Sebastian. I wonder what he's thinking to add in that second range. Sebastian doing a nice job getting that house down. And dodging. He's constantly dodging with the Vil to try and get more taps on that house. Is he going to send a new Vil, perhaps? And Leary backs off, but now has the Mangonel. We're going to see Elite Skirmisher from Sebastian. We're going to see Bosaw from Sebastian. Let's see how Sebastian handles this Mangonel pressure. He now knows about the Mangonel. There's also a monastery out now for Leary. He's going to collect the relics. Leary with a nice attack ground there. Skirm goes down for Sebastian. Elite Skirm is in for Sebastian. So is... Okay, okay. Not bad, not bad. Gets a lot of damage on that Mangonel. Now there should be a repair build that comes in to deal with it. Bosaw now in for Sebastian. And Sebastian is adding more militia. He's added 2 militia. I don't think that's a mistake. I think he may be thinking about adding some long swords. Big bada boom. Sebastian Oh, Sebastian loses so many skirms. So many skirms go down for Sebastian. And res collected in favor of Leary. KD in favor of Leary. Leary just with insane pressure here. And Sebastian having such a hard time handling it. Game 1, incredible pressure. An early castle and incredible pressure from Leary. Game 2, incredible pressure. And an early castle from Leary. And just Sebastian just having a hard time with this. Another big shot. More skirms go down. And Leary just putting on an absolute clinic of how to do forward aggression in an early castle in Red Bull. There it is. There's the Men-at-Arms upgrade, and I think we're going to be seeing a switch to long swords along with the elite skirmishers for Sebastian. Almost 1k res collected more. Woo! Oh. Leary and Sebastian trade mangonels there. Yeah, Leary means business. Leary is playing out of his mind, and maybe this will be the year where Leary goes all the way and takes it from Hera. The gameplay from Leary is looking so incredibly clean. I haven't seen a player play this clean, I think, ever in a tournament. Every game just looks like Leary is in control. It looks like Leary is owning his competition. And Leary with some difficult opponents and making it look easy. Sebastian trying to add a TC forward. I don't know about this one. Sebastian will pick off a mangonel there, though. And Leary loses that mango. Leary ahead by 10 vils, though. And third TC now going up for Leary on the left-hand side. Another mango. So much pressure from Leary. Leary just creating so much army and making things difficult for Sebastian. And now Sebastian sees this mango, is able to... Oh, man! And I think we're going to see another GG here in just a second from Sebastian, who's getting dominated right now by Leary. I cannot believe what I am seeing. Leary is dominating one of the best players in AoE. Like, incredible game from Leary. And there's a trade. But Sebastian having such a hard time even getting a second TC up. And Leary just in control. He's ahead by 20 vils. 20 vils. The KD 40 to 20 in favor of Leary. Leary already picked up 3 relics. Leary is playing the best AoE I may have ever seen. Just so clean. Getting the relics, adding the TCs, microing out of his mind. Taking good trades, hitting every timing, getting every tech. All the things you expect to see in high-level games, but it's just so well executed. Every timing when it needs to be. Always paying attention to the mangoes. Look at these shots. And Sebastian, 23 vils behind. Doesn't have the res. Leary, 4k res collected ahead. 4k. When do you see a lead of this much res collected this early in the game? Leary's efficiency through the roof. Leary... Leary just with so many mangoes forward. With such a good eco behind. Could probably click imp soon. Oh my. Leary saves his mangonel, kills 3 vils and the mango from Sebastian. Sebastian has to be so frustrated. Has to be so frustrated with not. It's not like Sebastian is playing bad AoE. It's just he's playing an opponent that is playing at another whole level. And this must be a difficult game to be in where Sebastian feels like he's doing everything he can. And here come the shots. Ooh. Sebastian keeps that mango alive and loses it. 5 mangoes now from Leary forward. Okay, actually good hop out of the TC there from Sebastian to pick off one of those mangonels. Almost over 2-to-1 KD. Almost double the Vils now for Leary. And look at the score. Look at the score for Leary. Look at the res collected for Leary. Leary is dominating this game. Game 2 is all Leary, and Leary clicks up to Imp. Leary clicks to Imp before Sebastian, and Sebastian has Byzantines. Leary is playing... Oh, and there's the GG. I don't even know how to describe the master level that Leary's playing at right now. I think if Leary can continue to play like this, he can beat Hera.
Not a single attack with the Byzantines, but yes, Byzantines is a defensive civilization, but this was something else. He has to think because, like, hey, what is happening? What I do? Leary is playing insane. I'm speechless.
I don't know how you stop him going up to Castle Age that fast, because he had the army there early. And then I don't know how you stop him getting the Siege Workshop up. And then I don't know how you defend against the mangonels that early.
Maybe instead to wall, he need to go double archery range and try to go full feudal. Like very aggressive, but you don't have any echo upgrades. You don't have any echo bonus with Byzantines.
I guess
so hard, right?
Don't get hit when he comes out here. Like, at some point...
But just look, he was up to Castle Age.
Yeah, he was up to Castle Age fast.
Already.
Yep. There's a moment in Castle Age, though, with the Elite Skirms where he tried to get sneaky and go through the wall, and he took a lot of damage from the Mangonel. If he had those Elite Skirms, maybe the game goes better, but it's still a super terrible position for him. It's right here. It's right here.
Look at the
Sebastian tried to leave. I think he clicked back, and he just misclicked, and the Skirms did not go where he wanted them to go. And then he got stuck out here in no man's land and got hit again.
Yeah, I mean, when he was trying to make this second town center, he lost a lot. Here, he lost a lot. Not only the village, but also the time. He was already 13 villages behind, you can see. He see him coming.
But, like, why go for this again, right? You're already in a losing position. Maybe he just wanted to secure that forward area, but it's still contested. It's still tough.
Yeah, and I didn't understand them many times at all. I mean, he was confused. He didn't know really what to do, honestly.
Yeah, he didn't have time to make a decision. Leary was all over him.
Anyway, it's kind of, you know, has to be overwhelming for him. Like, he's coming too fast. He was there too fast. He was going up to Castle Age and he was still having the same army than his opponent and was up to Castle Age. So basically, how you compete against that in that situation is impossible. Or at least with Byzantines. Byzantines is very nice, but this is slower Civ.
Yes.
It's just a slower Civ.
You just need to find ways to survive.
Maybe a tower was needed.
I mean, you could have gone guard towers, university, but I don't know if you have the time. If you don't go for the siege workshop and go for the university instead, then you
maybe one TC and guard tower is the only way.
Maybe.
Because with guard tower you hold, and then you maybe can counterattack.
But then Leary still has 2 extra town centers.
But that was it anyway. It was anyway. Let's see.
Okay. Looks like we have a bit of information from Leary earlier in the week.
Recently I've started changing it a little bit based on who I face, on what map, what settings, etc. But I have my go-to strat. I think everyone knows it, or most people know it by now. One thing people underestimate is the work I put in, because I'm usually known for, you know, clean game, talent. It took lots of sacrifices and hard work, which people don't really see, but there's a lot behind it.
I think that's a good point from him.
I like a lot.
Yeah, people always assume that it's just some inherent natural talent with him. But he actually expanded on that more when we were doing the interviews, and he said, like, they don't account for the amount of hours that I put into the game, like, just my teenage years I had to sacrifice.
Well, but that's also because he's not a streamer.
Yeah.
He doesn't stream. He doesn't play in the ladder
Yeah.
a lot. So other people, it's showing it more.
They just
it's more
assume
clear
that
that
he's not playing
So they
at all.
assume that he's not playing at all, but he's playing behind the scenes and his practice is doing.
Especially when he comes to these LAN events, like, he's practicing all the time.
Yeah.
Against all the different players.
Yeah. Well, he has told me also a few times as well, and he now tell in the interview. It's a great point here for him. So now what? What he needs Sebastian to try to get? Well, we're gonna see, guys, game number 3.
All right, guys, we're going to be Sebastian with Huns, Leary with Georgians. Ooh, I thought Georgians was going to be used on Dorothea Quarry, but Leary's using Georgians here. And that's interesting because I think Tatars should dominate on Dorothea Quarry if Leary is using Georgians here. And this could be a really interesting development for Sebastian if the games do go further than Game 4. We'll see. Leary been playing out of his mind. Maybe it will only be 4 games in this set. We'll hope for the best, but it is looking very dominant from Leary so far. Leary going to open range. Sebastian going to open stable and a range. We're going to see... We may be seeing a stable as well from Leary. I'm not sure yet. But we'll see that when we get a look at his base. Leary getting fletching right away. Sebastian hasn't gotten to any techs yet. He's got 3 scouts out. He's going to be playing archers as well. So we're going to see archers now for Sebastian. Any stable yet from Leary? Yeah, it looks like he is adding a stable as well. Unless that's a second range. I couldn't really see it. It was out of the corner of the screen. We'll see. Okay, he's adding scouts, so it's a stable. So we're going to see a stable. Ooh, Sebastian with a good find here. Should pick off 1 Vil. Nice job from Sebastian to pick up that early damage. Sebastian needs to save that spear, though. He's going to get another Vil kill here. Really nice job from Sebastian to pick up another Vil. And let's see what's happening. Is Leary going to get... Okay, Leary's going to get a Vil as well from Sebastian. But 2 Vils for Sebastian, 1 Vil for Leary. Looks like Sebastian's ahead here by a little bit. We're going to see a second range now for Sebastian. Really nice job from Sebastian to get that early extra damage. Sebastian with slightly more res collected. And now, ooh, the scouts are going to come back and they're going to clear these archers. Really nice play from Sebastian here. He's gonna clear both archers, take minimal losses. KD is now favorable for Sebastian. Leary has 2 scouts out, 3rd scout on the way, has 3 archers out. The army numbers are similar. But yeah, Leary just looks like he's closer to going up already. And what is Leary taking with these Vils? Okay, is he going to go back and take more foxes? Or is he going to go for the bunnies? Looks like he's taking the foxes. And Sebastian getting horse collar here. I don't love the choice to go horse collar, or not horse collar, sorry. Bloodlines. He's getting bloodlines, and it's just such an expensive tech and will delay him from going castle. I don't love the decision from Sebastian, knowing that the way that Leary has gotten the lead the last 2 games was through an early castle. Leary going to have to tower here. Bloodlines is in for Sebastian. Leary did find another Vil kill from Sebastian, and Leary back in Sebastian's eco again. Another Vil kill though for Sebastian, and now Sebastian's gonna lose another Vil at home as well though. Leary's gonna kill multiple Vils at home for Sebastian. Sebastian only loses 1 there, actually. Interesting. Nice job from Sebastian to clean this with 2 scouts. He's going to clear 3 scouts, which is just really nice. He's going to send the fresh scout there to deal with it. Nicely done here from Sebastian. Now Leary's up to castle. Again, with Leary up to castle so much quicker than Sebastian. Sebastian adding armor for his scouts. And I just think the mistakes of adding all of these techs when your opponent is not is really it's gonna be bad for Sebastian. Leary's gonna be in castle. Sebastian's nowhere close to clicking castle and is gonna have to play defense again against the castle age units. Leary just really playing those timings and Sebastian just dying to the timings. This is the third game in a row where Sebastian will be far behind to castle. Far behind. And Leary is keeping Sebastian from running in. And Sebastian just not diving. Not diving, choosing to stay out. And Leary's gonna block with the cart. Insane. Insane. Leary will take some losses here. Will take some losses, but he's also up to castle. Bodkin's gonna be in. Little bit of a massacre. And Sebastian's going to go all the way through. Leary can't actually afford crossbow, but does have Bodkin. And now Sebastian needs to be thinking about clicking up. I think Sebastian's taking way too much damage from that TC. Now Sebastian is clicked up. Sebastian will get the castle. He is ahead by 12 vills. But now there's CA on the field. CA on the field for Leary. It's going to be very difficult. Sebastian needs to buy time. Sebastian needs to buy time. If Sebastian can buy enough time to get up before he takes damage, Sebastian will be ahead. He'll be ahead. He's ahead 1k res collected. This could be fine, but if Leary finds damage with his CA, this could be brutal for Sebastian, who has been on the receiving end of the losses in the last 2 games. But it is 9-3 KD in favor of Sebastian. And 1.2k res collected more for Sebastian. Sebastian will be able to afford a lot when he gets up. Sebastian 1 minute away from being up, but the CA is already in the back of his base. And now there's going to be a lot of idle time for Sebastian. Sebastian loses 1 vil. Loses 1 vil. He's 20 seconds from being up, but we have Bloodlines and Ballistics already coming in. Bloodlines and Ballistics already coming in for Leary. A lot of buying and selling for Sebastian, and Sebastian's up. And we're going to see a tower, but the archers are going to be there. And there's nothing there defending. And now Sebastian taking so much damage. Sebastian losing so many vills here. He's going to garrison, but he's going to lose more vills. Oh, and Sebastian in so much trouble now. Once again, Leary just dominating this game. Ballistics coming in for Sebastian as well. Does have some vills in the back of Leary's base. Or, sorry, some crossbows. 10 vil lead now for Leary. 10 vil lead, and that lead's about to increase. There's just more damage to be had. Leary just playing incredibly well. Sebastian having a hard time answering. The KD now 58-38 in favor of Sebastian. Or sorry, in favor of Leary. And the Eco KD 21-9 for Leary. And now that res collected lead that Sebastian had evaporates. It's just gone. And Leary just dominating now with the Cav Archers. See ya. So we're gonna see the crossbows going forward for Sebastian, but Sebastian literally has his entire eco on gold. His entire eco is on gold. Sebastian calls GG. And Sebastian will have to pull off the reverse sweep if he wants to win this set. Leary, absolutely dominant performance, playing like a beast. Is there anyone that can stop Leary? Can even Hera stop Leary this tournament? I don't know, but Leary is dominating one of the best players in AoE right now. The semifinal, Leary is making it look so easy. Insane. It's absolute insanity.
But when Leary do it, it's always going.
Yeah, Hera's got to be watching closely. I agree, Wazzy. I think Hera's going to be watching these games going, I've got my work cut out for me. And that's assuming that Hera beats Viper, who has been playing incredibly good AoE this tournament. Rigok says it's push-ups time. I think Sebastian's going to have to do, he's going to have to do a lot of push-ups, but he's also going to have to do some mental gymnastics to get his mind back in the right place after this crazy performance by Leary that's put him in the hole early.
From there, I mean, if you have to compete in later game, you cannot kill Leary in feudal. It's what we learned from these 3 games. I don't know.
This might be the most impressive 3 games in a row I've ever seen from Leary.
The kind of domination, how clean they have been.
He comes in here and it looks like he has no respect for Sebastian.
Yeah.
No respect.
In a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
Yeah.
Says,
like, I'm gonna do my game. I know what I have
try
to
and
do.
hurt me.
Yeah,
you can't.
Come to me, baby. You can't. It's impossible, right? Look, here it was looking at, yeah, it could do something. He took, actually, look at Leary. 8 is down.
He probably should have left right here.
Yeah, he lost all the scouts against the TC. At that point, was ahead in resources. Look at Sebastian resources collected.
Yep.
Ahead in resources collected. And do you think why I told you that with this captain, this boat is sinking? Yeah, I mean, with this captain, the boat is sinking. Dude, Riley.
Yeah.
Riley, yeah, wake up, man. We need you on board. How you feeling, captain? Do you need something?
Yeah. Is he okay?
Oh, okay. He can take a seat from someone even.
Yeah.
He get the power, you know,
Yeah.
he's the captain, can say, just go away.
They're paying passengers.
You know?
That's our livelihood.
Yeah, he has to be thinking like, I need to do something else. Sebastian.
Where are the push-ups?
Did he make the push-ups?
I don't know. Can we get a replay cam on that?
I think he need many push-ups today.
Look at Leary. He's
Well,
locked in as well.
I hope he's not doing the push-ups, you know, because
with
those
his
guns,
arms,
you know,
he might never stop.
well, then Sebastian can come back. You know? Oh man. Yeah, I mean, we were talking before this, and we were talking that we have seen the best version of Leary, and Leary has 2 championship on Red Bull, and he's playing so good the entire tournament.
Yes.
The entire tournament. So it's confirmed what he has done during the group stage. Basically.
3 quick ones.
It doesn't feel today that he has a weakness in the gameplay.
If he does, we haven't seen that stage of the game yet.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, guys, game 4. Let's see if Leary can continue the dominance that he's demonstrated today, or if Sebastian will pull some tricks out of his hat and pull off a a Game 4 win against Leary. We have Sebastian playing as the Dravidians, Leary playing as the Italians. I do think that Dravidians is a good counter to Italians. Italians with that extra Pierce armor, Archer heavy civ, and you have the Dravidians that have those faster attacking skirms, that extra wood as you age up, able to get those docks out, the extra collection or the greater capacity on their fishing ships, so more efficient fishing. Sebastian's going to add fletching right away. He's going to open archers. We're going to see a skirm opening from Leary. We'll probably see a switch to skirms from Sebastian when he finds out that there's skirms from Leary on the field. Leary going to add a dock in the back right away. I think Sebastian will most likely add a dock in the back soon. And now Sebastian heading forward with his archers. I'm going to look for that early damage. Both players getting fletching. Archer armor coming in from Sebastian. And, really nice scout pick off there from Leary. And these archers are going to show up. Leary, will he react right away? We're going to see a fast reaction from Leary. He's going to save the vills. He's not going to lose a single vill here. And there the skirms pop out perfectly on cue. Like Leary just knew. He knew the archers were coming, and he was right in position to handle this. Now skirms coming in for Sebastian, as Sebastian wants to counter the Italian skirms with his own. And, Leary just looking so good again. Early in this game already, having the right counter in the right position at the right time. A second range coming up for Leary. He sees the two ranges for Sebastian. Sebastian will need to break this wall. He can't break that wall to go back, because there was oysters behind it. He couldn't actually break to go in there. That could have been a really bad position for him. But Leary just retreats with the skirms, and he'll just retreat to more skirms. And now we have fishing ships being produced by both players. Leary and Sebastian taking fish in the back of their base. Sebastian with a few more ranged units on the field, then Leary. The res collected extremely close. And Leary picks off an archer from Sebastian's army. And Sebastian now going to counter with his own skirms. And Sebastian should have the better skirmishers. He does have double range. He does have the benefit of having Dravidian skirms. The market's going to go up for Sebastian. Sebastian maybe feeling like every game he's been up later, he wants to get the market up quickly here and go up to Castle. Leary with more resources and does get the faster uptime because it's cheaper for him as Italians. Leary opting to get the fishing upgrade for his fishing ships, and Sebastian trying to take a good fight here with the skirms. And Leary close to clicking. Will need to buy. And actually, Sebastian buys first. He sells and buys first, which is really good for Sebastian. And now he's about to click. Sebastian almost on his way up. Leary will be up later. And we're going to see the same thing. Both players click at the same time. But Sebastian getting maybe the better prices. And Sebastian and Leary with the exact same KD. A very similar res collected. The game looking incredibly even as of right now. Another dock being added by both players. Sebastian adding a second dock. Leary adding a second dock in the back. Neither player adding anything to fight on water yet. Sebastian with more skirms. With more skirms on the field. Maybe feels like he can dive in here, and he does. He dives in. Does lose 2 skirms, though. And is looking more and more like an even game here. Sebastian with a little bit more army. Leary with a few more fishing ships. And there are the Hulks from Sebastian. There's Hulks now coming for Leary as well. But having the faster shooting skirms here can be very beneficial, as the fights can be easier to micro with the faster shooting skirms. And the KD, super similar. The res collected a little bit in favor of Sebastian. And Sebastian is up. Leary is up. Oh. Sebastian getting elite skirm. Sebastian getting bow saw. Sebastian getting medium ship upgrade. Leary getting the second fishing ship upgrade. Getting gill nets. And he's also going to get elite skirm and bodkin. No bodkin yet for Sebastian. A second TC right away for Sebastian. Oh, and no medium ship upgrade for Leary, which could be good for Sebastian. Sebastian, yeah, not opting for bodkin yet. No second TC from Leary. And yeah, Rigok says knight incoming. Yes, Leary built one knight, but bodkin will be in for Sebastian. One knight without armor will actually not be very effective here. He does have the first armor upgrade, but to be very effective, the knights need to have multiple armor upgrades. The second armor upgrade kind of necessary if you want to tank this many skirms fire. Ooh, Leary picks off 4 archers over there. A lot of Hulks out for Sebastian. Only 2 on the field for Leary. And Sebastian kills the Dockville for Leary. No vills under the TC, so Sebastian feels comfortable just running in there. And now there's knights with +1. There's enough knights that it's going to be uncomfortable for Sebastian to take this fight. If it had been just 1 or 2 knights, Sebastian's probably okay here, but 3 knights will be just too much, and Sebastian's going to be forced to run back. He does have monks on the way, so he will lose a few skirms here, but the monks are on the way. This should be all right. And yeah, Sebastian will continue to try and get conversions here. Nice job from Sebastian. Really nice job from Sebastian for keeping these skirms alive. Nice job from Leary to push this back. And Leary still on 1 TC, but Sebastian adding a 3rd TC. Sebastian with a different approach this game. And now it's Hulk on Hulk. No melee upgrades from either player. Second TC now being built by Leary. But I think Sebastian maybe feels comfortable in the fact that he's got 3 TCs. Oh, Leary actually tracking this Vil. And a lot of knights now on the field for Leary. Leary with 6 knights on the field. Sebastian having to counter this with monks, but the monks will not be able to deal with the siege. And now there's a 3rd TC going down for Leary. And the siege, the mangonels for Leary are going to be something complicated for Sebastian, but Sebastian with a great split. Great split. And I think we're going to see a siege workshop immediately from Sebastian to counter this mango. Knights diving in there for Sebastian. Yeah, there's the siege workshop now for, Knights diving in for Leary. Sebastian now building his siege workshop to deal with Leary's siege push. Conversions don't come in, but a lot of monks now dealing with these knights for Sebastian. A dock from Leary on the right-hand pond, the neutral pond. And Leary with slight control here. Elephant archers now for Sebastian. I like the choice of elephant archer here from Sebastian. The knights maybe trying to get... trying to get some value. Sebastian getting unlucky with the RNG on those conversions. Doesn't get a single conversion on those knights. Having attempted conversions several times. And Leary gonna take out some of Sebastian's production with these mangonels. And a mango now coming out for Sebastian. Leary with more fishing ships. 19 fishing ships for Leary, only 13 for Sebastian. Sebastian actually losing a fishing ship there. And good attack ground there from both players. Neither player gets a mangonel from the other. There's a decent amount of Hulks on the field for both players, but more for Leary. Leary with 10 Hulks. 4 mangonels now forward for Leary, who, again, may want to close this game out early. As the Dravidians do get very strong as the game goes on with those elephant archers. Good garrison there from Sebastian. And we're going to see some really good splits there from Sebastian to keep those skirms alive. Nice job. Almost gets a mango. Does get one of the repairvilles. 5 mangonels for Leary. A lot of mangonels. 6th one on the way. A 7th one in production. And Leary just continuing to add docks on the outside. Crazy that Leary doesn't lose a mangonel there. That was insane. Oh, the skirms can't actually garrison. I think we're gonna see a lot of mangonels go down here to the elephant archers. Actually, Sebastian with a good amount of elephant archers. Good amount of skirms. The res collected almost dead even. The KD very close. And a nice job from Sebastian here to take out one of the mangonels. Nice job to get 2 there. Good work from Sebastian on defense. Sebastian with maybe a little bit more army numbers. Ooh, but Sebastian needs to save his monks. He does. He saves the monks. Needs to save the elephants as well. The elephant archers, really important for Sebastian here. More mangoes on the way for Sebastian. 3 TC still for both players. Vill count slightly favorable for... Actually, it's dead even. Dead even. Nice mango pick there. Another mangonel pick. Good work from Sebastian. Doing a really nice job to keep his army alive here. Nice job. Really nice job from Sebastian to push this forward back. And the cheers from the crowd coming in. And Sebastian with a lot more army now on the field, and a very strong army at that. A lot of fish for Leary. 24 fishing ships for Leary. And Sebastian really needs to add more mangonels here to help deal with this, to help deal with these skirms from Leary. No ballistics yet from Sebastian, and this is really important if Sebastian wants to be able to kill these knights when they come in. And this is where having ballistics is going to help. And Sebastian's just going to tank some mangonel shots here. Sebastian kind of losing the army numbers. Really good fight there for Leary. So many skirms for Leary, and Leary is up to Imp. He's 1 minute away from Imp. And Sebastian just not close to clicking. Sebastian just creating more and more army, trying to fight this. And oh my, that is an interesting TC or castle choice. A counter castle for Leary, but Leary will be up first, and that castle will be trebbed down from Sebastian. So many skirms on the field for Leary. Good split there from Leary. Vill count really healthy for Sebastian, but really needs to get clicked to Imp. Has too much wood float. Floating 1,500 wood for Sebastian. And Leary with the Imp timing, and I think Sebastian may be wondering whether he should call the game here or play on, knowing that this loss here will send him home. He will no longer be participating. He will lose the semifinal, and a win here for Leary will send him to the final tomorrow versus the winner of the set between Viper and Hera later today. Sebastian loses the mangonel. He's going to lose the elephant archers here. And Sebastian sells his soul to try and click up here. Sells all of the wood, but now there's a trebuchet out for Leary, pressing that castle. Imp is clicked for Sebastian. But Sebastian will have to hold on for 3 excruciating minutes as his opponent is able to get all of the imp techs, and Leary is going to split his skirms. He's going to go both directions with those skirms to try and trap Sebastian in his base. Those skirms will have full upgrades here very soon as chemistry comes in for Leary, and Leary just putting on an absolutely amazing and dominant performance. Incredible play from Leary. And Sebastian not playing bad, playing good AoE, but just not enough to take on Leary. Leary having all upgrades except for the last armor on those skirms. And Sebastian desperate. And Sebastian says GG, good luck next. Leary 4-0s Sebastian. Mock Bear Mode says closing it out fast to keep energy for the final, and that may be true. Insane, guys. I've never seen such dominant performance in the semi-final against such a good competitor.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it one more time for our first finalist of Age of Empires 2. It is Leary. With a dominant performance, you seem to be playing on a different level. Group stage already looking so very solid. And this was also, once again, a display of dominance. What do you think, what kind of adjustments did you make heading into this tournament to unlock this next level of play?
I feel like everything just went right for me from the day onwards, day 1 preparation until now. I love the setup, I love the crowd, I love this Empire Wars game mode, I love just everything that's been here so far, so everything worked out.
Yeah, sometimes the stars just align. Now, we saw in this entire series that you did prioritize Castle Age. Was that due to an observation you made about Sebastian's play, or just a gameplay change for you personally?
It depends from map to map, but I prefer to play in Feudal Age and Castle Age, but usually you just skip the first stage. This series, it worked out pretty well, so I can't complain.
Now, our next matchup is, of course, the Battle of the Goats. It's going to be Hera going up against the Viper. How do you see that one play out? What is your read on both of these players and how they've performed thus far at Red Bull Wololo?
I think both, well, obviously, a discussion of the GOATs, right? Hera is coming in with like 14 wins in a row or something crazy. Viper having the run of his life as well. It can go probably either way. I would favor Hera, obviously. He has been the toughest so far, not only for me, but for everyone, obviously. But I'm looking forward for the match. Should be a banger.
You're gonna be watching in the audience?
Yes.
So I assume you're gonna cheer on Hera as your teammate?
Yes.
All right. If you are to meet Hera at the grand final, I know you guys have been boot camping prior to Red Bull Wololo Londinium. How have the matches against him gone thus far? Like, where are we at?
It went both ways. Obviously, it's practice, right? So you can't always say, but he has been the toughest opponent for me so far. Put it that way.
Got it, got it. Well, Leary, once again, congratulations. We're going to see you again tomorrow in our grand final.
invasions, massacres, sieges. Across the wine-dark sea they came, their prows pointed for Greece.
We turned back Persian ships once before, and we shall do so again! Those are your homes, burned by the mead. Take up your spears, and let no man rest until we return this city to Athena!
Look to the front! There is glory to be won!
The Greeks had only two options, victory or death.
The Peloponnesian War was a conflict that lasted a generation, fought between the rival city-states of Athens and Sparta in ancient Greece. The Peloponnesian War was a decades-long conflict between the Greek city-states of Athens and Sparta, in which both sides set out to prove their superiority, but instead demonstrated their capacity for mutual ruination. Wealthy and democratic Athens had built a powerful confederacy it insisted was just a defensive alliance, the Delian League. Sparta, on the other hand, disciplined, land-based, and deeply suspicious of novelty, found this arrangement both unconvincing and somewhat threatening. Their long-standing rivalry boiled over in 431 BCE, and so this long war of attrition began, featuring annual invasions, naval raids, and a general reluctance to actually settle the whole thing decisively. Under leaders such as Pericles, Athens initially adopted a strategy of endurance, which worked admirably until a plague tore through both its population and its optimism. A disastrous naval campaign in Sicily further eroded the Athenian position. Conversely, Sparta managed to secure assistance from the Persian Achaemenids and ultimately prevailed against Athens in 404 BCE. The result, however, was less a triumph than a shared decline, leaving this part of the Greek world weakened and available for future conquest, which arrived in due course from Macedon. But that's another story. The Peloponnesian War remains one of the most famous and significant conflicts to emerge from ancient Greek history.
And what's really interesting about the Peloponnesian War as well is obviously because Sparta did win, technically speaking, and the Athenian hegemony was shattered. What's really interesting about it is it directly led to the rise of Alexander the Great because his father
That's so interesting. Riley.
Oh, right, yes, of course, sorry. My friends, welcome, one and all, to our second semi-final. We have come a long way to reach this point, and I know many of you will be very, very excited to get underway with our headline act. Two of the greatest players of this game are ready, waiting in the wings for this match, and we are moments away from seeing them locked in battle.
Let's bring out our players. First, he's the favorite to win it all, so the pressure is on. The expectations are sky high, but thus far, he's met them all. He's opportunistic, he's adaptive, and currently in the absolute prime of his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to the stage the reigning Red Bull Wololo champion. It is Hera!
And today he will be going up against a player who refuses to wait for opportunities. He's the kind of player who creates them. He's willing to take daring risks. He's a living legend of this game.
He's waiting to take to the stage in the wings. My friends, make sure to make him feel welcome. Put your hands together for the Viper!
Well, what a series we have here, Nili, the Viper and Hera. We've seen it so many times before, but yet again they meet. Big stage, big events, and it will be here, Red Bull Wololo Londinium semi-final, that we see them again.
That's just absolutely incredible, right? Clearly, number 1, number 2 on the GOAT ranking, right?
Yeah,
Some people, like the old schools, like that are playing this game for like 25 years, they still feel like the Viper is the one that reigned the longest time. But we have to say, Hera is the most dominant player in the most competitive time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's just so many events now, right? And so, and there's so many players now who are rising, like others we've seen, like Sebastian and whatnot. I just feel like it's the El Clasico of Age of Empires 2, you know? But what it's lacked is that back and forth, right? Well, really, for a while there, Viper would destroy Hera every single time over the course of the end of his reign. And now Hera has had the better of the Viper. So everyone here is hoping very close series and then we get 7 games.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Hera won the last 11 series between them. But we also have to remember, big S-tier final, King of the Desert. They played a 1v1, best of 9 finals. It went to game 9, and Viper had some crazy strategies, some crazy all-ins, and it was an incredible final.
Yeah, it was incredibly close. And actually, I talked to Viper this morning at breakfast. Someone asked him, when's the last time you played Hera? And he was recounting TTL, best of 5 playoff. Hera won 3-1. Viper said, I lost 3-1, but I threw a game. Should have been 5 games. So things have gotten a little bit closer there, right? And I think also when you think about what the players have brought to this stage, this tournament, sets have been closer with Hera, right? So if the topic is can Hera go down, I think he's been more vulnerable. He said in interviews as well, it's tough to get used to these land settings, and we've changed venues now as well. And Hera didn't play yesterday here either. True. So I think that's definitely a factor here.
Also, we did something special with the Viper. We sent him into our conversion chamber.
Stand before the conversion chamber. 3 questions will be asked. You will receive no indication of success or failure. Only at the end will your fate be revealed. Answer all correctly and walk free. Fail and be converted.
Okay. Fair enough.
Question 1. What unit converts enemies?
That would have to be a monk.
Question 2. What does Loom give you?
Loom gives you 15 extra HP and 2 pierce armor and 1 melee armor.
Question 3. How many farms must someone build before he can call himself fully built?
This definitely has a definite answer. That will be always correct. Has to be 48.
We have heard enough.
Heard enough.
That's a fail.
How is that a fail?
No, that's a fail.
How is it a fail?
Obvious fail.
It makes no sense.
Stop complaining.
You wanna be converted.
We welcome the converted into our order.
Well, that gets more and more interesting every single time you watch it. Oh my goodness. Well, there he is. He's been converted. Will he convert himself to the final tomorrow? Viper, he said something interesting in the interview. He said yesterday, I shouldn't even be here. He's playing with house money, and he's just soaking it all.
House money? Okay. Yeah, I was with him yesterday evening as well, and it felt like he already exceeded what he expected of himself a bit, right? Very little preparation. one single game away from not even making it here in the replacement qualifier, right? Everything feels so extra, and his group stage performance was really solid. Again, only lost against already finalist Leary.
Yeah.
And the other 2 sets were really solid. And yesterday, a really good performance against Mr. Yo. Viper with a worthy top 4 performance.
And I think the big thing when you get to the biggest stage is who can deliver when the pressure is highest. And you have to favor Viper and have some really solid chances because he's won so much. He's been at LAN events, he's won LAN events, and he had the longest era of dominance in terms of years that Age of Empires has seen. So still,
then again, to interrupt you, that era didn't have a lot of LAN events.
This is true.
Right?
Yep.
So Hera, he has been really dominant in the last 6-7 LANs that we have had as well.
Absolutely. And so to Hera, right? He's not going to be sitting here thinking he's happy with how things have gone. He's not going to be sitting here thinking, you know, he shouldn't even be here. The expectation is now victory, right? It's a completely different situation, especially the longer the streak grows, the more the dominance grows, and there's got to be a lot of pressure. Curious to see what Hera's going to bring to the table here, but I think that Hera just brings such a level of fight. Like, if you're going to take him down, it is going to be a brawl. Would have to be 6 or 7 games.
One question that we didn't really talk about. Hera himself was really good at dealing with all the pressure, still managing to perform extremely well. But now he joined an organization. This is the first big LAN event showing for him under the Vitality banner. This is added pressure, right? Leary, Hart, and Hera were joining the team to win tournaments, to perform on the biggest stages. Is this maybe something that might shake him up a bit?
Could shake him up, but he was on a team prior as well and joined that team and then continued to win things as well. So wasn't quite to the level of Vitality, many would argue, but we'll see. I'm just curious what version of both players that we've seen, because if we're talking about this tournament, Hera has been shaky at times leading up towards Castle Age. Misguessing what or misreading what his opponent's going to make as far as Army in the MBL series. Struggling with some of the super late game as well in that series. And then with Viper has some games where the aggression is just non-stop, but then also struggles a little bit with the adaptation towards the late Castle Age and early Imp. Here's a quote from Hera. He says, "I get nervous when it comes to seeing the crowds. Let's see how I can keep my cool under that pressure."
And he has not seen the crowd tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is the biggest crowd that Age of Empires 2 has ever had here in this venue. And what is it, multiplied by 5 tomorrow or something like that?
Yeah. So it will be absolutely crazy and so much more packed, right? Here, everyone is basically having their own bed, super comfortable, field stretch out. And tomorrow, they will be surrounded by thousands of Age of Empires fans, and a lot of people will be screaming.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there he is. He was the #1 player in terms of the ladder qualifier, did not have to play through the best ofs and the brackets to make it. And he was really the one player when that ladder qualifier started that was a given. Everyone else was like, yeah, probably Leary gets in there. They weren't sure on 3. They weren't sure on 4. Hera was locked into #1 spot there. And there's our crowd. I still find it so funny. And guys, keep enjoying yourself. But everyone's making such great use of the cushy recliner seats. And it's not really shown on the Twitch stream, but when somebody wins, there's like this and then everybody stands up. It's so funny. I mean, I was doing the same thing up there on the upper level watching the first series, but oh man, it's so good to see so many fans here, Nilly.
Incredible comfort. And honestly, the pictures on stream don't do it justice. How full it is, right? We have another full rank above it.
That's even bigger. Yeah, I think it actually has more seats above it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Let's talk about the draft, Tristan, because there's a lot of interesting stuff happening. You earlier said that Hera struggled with Shamolins, right? That's what we discussed when it came to KOTD. Sometimes struggled in the super late game. He is picking civilizations that aren't typically in his draft. We typically would see them picked by the opponent. Bengalis, obviously he played them on handshot, had a nice strategy, did not play the Rutters, but Bohemians and Turks, what does he have prepared for us?
Yeah, Bohemians and Turks. I mean, Hera's played Turks before in tournaments. I've seen that, and it's never been an early pick, right? I think if you early pick Turks, there's maybe some question marks. I could see him playing towards a lot of the meta we've seen of Scouts, Camels, Knights, and Cav Archers. So I like Turks a lot. A Hera with a good imp timing can use the faster chemistry there. Bohemians, not Hera style for me because you don't have scouts as an option to use mobility. They're quite slow, they're one-dimensional. But he is close with Mr. Yo, and I think maybe he will try and replicate what Mr. Yo tried against Viper yesterday and go for the Bohemians, but just play better, right? Play more defensive, not lose the amount of villagers that he did to Viper.
Yeah, on Glazes, that strategy, the hand cannoneer timing there, Hussite Wagon, something we have never seen from Hera before. On the other side, the Viper, with 2 picks of the new civilizations that have not been fully explored yet. We've seen wins from Tupi, and Viper is also adding Mapuche to it.
Yeah, Mapuche in there. I think that if there's any player in Age of Empires who's always very receptive to trying new things and being creative with it, it would be the Viper, right?
With enough practice.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But he didn't have that, right? Because the replacement qualifier, I didn't see too much of that being played as well.
So I don't know to what extent, but my understanding was, because there was the boot camp for Onimaru, right? And it was like a couple weeks before, maybe even a month before this. Vinchester was there. He's Viper's teammate. And Viper was playing to prepare Vinchester for making it here. So they were playing a lot of sets, and they obviously knew that there was a chance Vinchester couldn't make it, knew that there could potentially be a replacement qualifier. I think there was a little bit more prep going in there for Viper than people realize.
So we see some strategies that Vinchester was cooking like a month ago.
Maybe.
Potentially.
Yeah,
never
maybe.
seen before, never shown before, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't need to.
Also, we've been casting Viper for over 10 years. How many times did we see him dominate with Britons? Britain's late pick.
In Red Bull tournaments as well, right? I remember some games against ACCM where there were Eagle lanes. He played crossbow, then switched into some longsword. Some beautiful games that we have seen from him for sure. A late pick, maybe something to counter. Maybe hand cannoneers from Bohemians. Maybe something that the Turks want to offer.
Could be very interesting. Also, I think maps, we've got the perfect variety here. Both players really showing that they're not scared of any particular style. Loch Ness is one that's a bit more boomy, defensive for Viper. Hengehold is a very aggressive, forward style map for Viper. And then Stonefront's also like standard land map-esque, but has some adaptive elements. Hera's side, he's got some water mixed in on every single map there, but also still pretty heavy land maps.
I think Hengehold as a pick for Viper, that's a prepared strategy. That will be something, because you typically don't want to play Hengehold against
Hera,
right?
Yeah.
That should be one of his prime maps.
If I had to guess there, and it's funny because we can think of what Viper's played, we can think of what some of his teammates have played. With Hera, you can think about what he and Leary always relied on, because Hera and Leary, very good friends and teammates. They seem to be very happy. I know Hera's a little happier because he's been winning, but realistically, I think they looked at this and said, let's be on opposite sides of the bracket from each other and meet in that final. I could see Hera playing Tatars there, Ethiopians there. Very strong picks, or even Franks. We've seen some Franks. So the big civs for me with Viper, I'm going to go with the first 2. I feel like Cumans, he dominated Mr. Yo with Cumans. He had multiple wins, I think, this tournament with Cumans. I think even in the replacement qualifier.
Ramp push on Hengehold.
Yeah. Like, really good game. So I would expect Cumans to be a real must-win there for Viper today. Way would banned out a lot. I'm really curious on the Way. I know Hera seems to think the Way are insanely strong. I remember he did that against somebody as well in this tourney. But I think those 2 picks for Viper. And really for Viper, it's a tough one today. You're going to need the aggression that you had against Yo. But what you're going to need to step up is some of the defensive play. He was so aggressive against Yo that sometimes when Yo would counterattack, he wasn't able to switch into the defense. Hera's defense is what makes him the best in Age of Empires.
Also, like, it's so many factors, right? It's simply him not really having the weakness, right? Incredible defense, incredible macro, decision-making, preparation, his drafts. Like, when do we remember Hera having a bad draft?
Yeah.
Like last time, Red Bull Finals, the 2 of them against each other, Viper basically was 2-0 down from starting the draft, right? We have not seen something on that level of a slip up from Hera.
To be honest with you, I realize over time as a caster, it just becomes very difficult to question someone when they win. And there are moments where I feel like in the past with Viper, he'd think his drafting was the best, then he starts to lose games, and all of a sudden there's question marks, right? Remember, we used to applaud players. Oh, like, you know, they picked this civilization 5th. What a genius.
All right, guys, here we go. game number 1 between Hera and the Viper. Viper playing as Japanese and Hera playing as Tatars. I think Tatars have been the number 1 pick on this map on Dorothea Quarry. We've only seen 1 loss from the Tatars against the Georgians, although Japanese get that they get that extra +2 against archers, so their cav archers do have a bonus against Tatar cav archers. And this could be one of the things Viper was thinking about when he chose to pick Japanese for this map. And ooh, we had an early housing issue for Viper. Viper with 17 seconds of idle TC time pretty early on. Interesting. Hera's going to open archers. Looks like Viper's also going to open archers. Neither player's gotten fletching yet. Both players have already gotten double bid axe. We're going to see a dock right away from the Viper. Maybe thinking about adding some fishing ships here. No dock yet from Hera. Hera now getting fletching. Seeing those fishing ships now popping out for, or in the queue for Viper. Hera's gonna know about this dock, so, there it is. Hera immediately counters with his own dock. As soon as he saw that Viper was on a dock, Hera's like, okay, I've got to add a dock. I've got to deal with that. Can't allow him to get the fish for free. And, Hera also adding archer armor upgrade. Fletching now coming in for the Viper. We'll see if Viper can spot that enemy dock. It looks like Hera being really proactive with his scout, but he hasn't spotted those archers coming forward. Viper with a defensive tower right away, and this is so interesting because here come the archers from Hera, and Viper sees it, and he's going to immediately finish that tower. He's like, okay. Excuse me, guys. You're going to come forward with those archers. That's fine. My tower will be up. My tower will be up, and I'm not going to allow you to get damage on my gold. We'll see if Viper's going to be walled up on the top there. And we're going to see Viper getting some damage in very early on Hera. Going to either knock him off of berries or kill some vills here. And the quick walls from Viper. The quick walls, not enough. And Hera's going to be in. Hera's going to be in with archers there. Does Viper get a Vill kill? Viper does not get a Vill kill here. And Hera does get 2 Vill kills on Viper. Viper really suffering some losses there pretty early. RJ, I appreciate the Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's go.
Hera cleans up Viper's army. 10 to 1 KD in favor of Hera. Hera getting so much damage here. He kills 4 Vills. And yeah, just really fortunate circumstances for Hera early in this one. Hera able to get in and kill several Vills, and Viper's going to send another Vill out, but he realizes he pulls the Vill back in time. And Viper losing his fishing ships to Hera's Hulk. Does he realize this is happening? He does. He pulls the fishing ships back. He's going to garrison the fishing ships. Hera now attacking the palisades. Wants to go through. Second range now from Viper. In that second range. Oh, and Hera gets in. Viper thought this was walled. Maybe thought that he had the house down in the right place, and very unfortunate. Hera's going to be able to get in with these scouts and kill maybe another Vill. He gets 2. 7 Vill kills already for Hera. And yeah, Viper in so much trouble. 17 to 5 KD. Hera already putting on the pressure, making this game difficult for Viper. Viper on his back foot, suffering a lot of losses early. 6 Vill lead for Hera. 8 Vills killed for Hera so early in the game. And Hera getting that farming eco down. He's adding a market. He's close to clicking. Viper not that far from clicking up. Does have the fish. Those fish are helpful here. Mock Bear Mode says Hera saw Leary win in an hour and went bet. And that might be true. Hera might be like, okay, I've got to show that I'm being as dominant as Leary was earlier today. And Viper still having to defend his fish, but does defend there. Should be able to get the fishing ships back to work. Hera clicked up to castle now. Hera getting the gold mining upgrade. And we're going to see Viper going forward to try and clear up these archers from Hera. Now Viper clicks, only a minute behind. But 6 Vils down. Really, really good start from Hera. Rough start for Viper. Few unfortunate circumstances making the game complicated. And Hera continuing to produce archers. So maybe Hera thinking he'll go crossbow before he goes CA. Hera actually going to get the first armor upgrade. He does have 4 scouts left alive. Maybe thinking about adding light cav or maybe a few knights when he gets up. And we have Viper. Viper still continuing to add archers. Does have a decent army of archers. Is getting the armor upgrade for those archers. Maybe Hera thinking about diving underneath that tower. And Viper just keeping the fishing ship inside that dock, not letting them out. And there's a pause. Maybe a technical difficulty here.
Yes.
All right, and Viper's back at it. Here we go. And Hera in with those scouts. Another tower going down for Viper. Bodkin and crossbow coming in for Hera, and a second TC for Hera. Hera trying to deny that tower with the scouts. Those crossbows coming in. Will that tower be up on time? We're going to see Viper running with a lot of the Vils. That tower goes up. Viper tries to garrison, but there's just going to be too much damage here. I think we may see Viper tap out very early in this one. I think we may see Viper tap out very, very early in this game, as the res collected is now 2,200 in favor of Hera. The Vil count is 20 Vil lead for Hera. 2 TCs already down for Hera. The KD 28-11. 18 Vils, no, 19 Vils now killed. 20 Vils killed for Hera. 1 Vil killed for Viper. And Viper just absolutely decimated this game. Pure domination from Hera. Hera making it look as easy as Leary earlier. And we're going to see that GG. I'm fairly certain we'll see that GG here in a minute from the Viper. Maybe Viper thinking he wants to get warmed up just a little bit more in this game before he calls it. Ballistics coming in now for Viper. Ballistics already in for Hera. Maybe Viper thinking this is just game 1. No need to panic. Play it out for a little while. Get the mentals in the right place. And Hera just pure domination this game, though. Viper trying to get some value here. Ballistics already in for Hera. Just can't out micro Hera. I think we'll potentially see the GG here. And there's the GG from Viper. Incredible game 1 from Hera.
Very quickly, and so I think that he can say we just got to play a slightly better early game, and then we're truly gaming.
But the scoreboard doesn't forget.
Yeah.
It is now 1-0 for Hera in what you felt like would be a series where Viper needs to play his very best in every single game to put himself into the perfect positioning to maybe get the shot at the finals. And this one sadly wasn't it for him.
Yeah, and again, there were some questions because we're so used to Hera being so dominant coming into this. It's a bit weird, but because we didn't see him yesterday, even though he deserved that bye, it was like we didn't have more evidence of Hera's dominance, right? And we remembered some of those games that he dropped in group stage, but this is what Hera's all about, and this is where it all started.
And losing that archer for free, basically, right? How much did he do? Like 3-4 damage?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the second you lose that archer and that spearman, and you're taking pressure, I think you need immediate counterplay. And it kind of felt like Viper was more focused on trying to get the walls down than he was microing those archers. The fact that Viper only killed like 1 unit at Hera's base with those 3 archers against nothing was really painful there.
Yeah, really nice play there for Hera. Just kept on producing, then got the scouts out, and Viper only now adding the archer range. Look at that. But he's 13-2 military behind.
Yeah, there's some worrying signs here to start it off for Viper. But I think I truly felt, because sometimes the casters will talk when we're not on mic. After what, game 3 yesterday against Yo, I looked at Dave and I was just thinking, this is Yo's series. And Viper turned it around and won like 3 straight after that, and he just locked back in. So that's what you're hoping for if you're Viper. Lock back in. What type of map are you thinking about here for Viper? I know he's got some options. Is there anyone that speaks to you more than others here?
Well, it just feels like the pure straight-up fight maps is something where we feel it should be.
That's it. That was what it looked like watching Viper's population go down. Or I guess we were going up. Hera's population go up.
The sinking ship of Viper there with Riley as the captain.
Oh man, Viper. Understand it's a best of 7, and as I consistently say, anytime it's a big name, you're not going to beat the biggest names with the sweep, right? You're gonna lose some games. So that's at least what I would tell myself. I'd be like, listen, you're gonna lose some games against the better players. I keep telling myself that once they're winning 2-0, and then eventually they win 3-0, and then 4-0.
And you say, okay, there's a lower bracket. You can't always win it throughout the winner bracket.
And then I say, hey, I hope there's another land so I can cast soon. So that's pretty much how it goes for me. But
you asked me about what map we want to see, right?
Yeah.
I think something really slow would be good. I think something like Loch Ness would be good. Honestly, like Blue Wells would be a complete shift of speed. I think that's what I would like to see. Yeah, it is theoretically on the side of Hera's home maps, but we are so deep with best of 7 out of 11 maps. It doesn't really matter whose home map it is.
I hope that Viper has a good Sid pick for Blue Wells, because losing game 1 Japanese when you have Blue Wells available feels really, really weird to me.
That's so weird, right? I also thought Japanese would be for Blue Wells.
Yeah.
Dravidians were really good on it as well, but that's bad actually from the Viper.
If I would have had a guess there based on the Civ, I would have said that Viper would have gone Huns in the previous map, played Japanese on Blue Wells. But Viper might be cooking. Could go Wu there. Wu were pretty good when adding the docks and adding the ships and playing in towards some John Swordsman, but where do you think Hera plays Bengalis? It's an interesting Civ pick for Hera. He played it before. I think he played it on Hengehold before. Yeah.
Correct. And now next map will be indeed Hengehold, so it could be Bengalis. We're starting on a small elevation, fighting for some force in the center. Berries surrounding all the base.
And then there's a bunny in the middle.
Can be Easter.
Yeah, I really like the little Easter edition here on the Easter Sunday. Who do we know anybody who's involved in making that decision happen, Nilly?
Maybe someone great had some ideas.
Maybe someone standing to my left?
Maybe perhaps.
Oh, that'd be interesting. We'll have to ask him later. Viper's decision is Hengehold. Every time we've seen Viper play this map, it feels like it's been lots of army, humans, I think twice this tournament, maybe even 3 times. All the games might blend together. Viper is going to mix it up, and Viper's going to go Mapuche here. Now
here we go. Hera versus Viper, game 2. Hera goes Franks, a common pick. Oh no. Oh, the quick wall! The quick wall, and he gets it at the last moment. Oh man, what a way to start. What a way to start. And Hera playing as the Franks. Viper playing as Mapuche. We've never seen Mapuche on this map. Never seen Mapuche on this map. Viper's going to bring home his boar. He's going to bring that home. He's making champies. And we see scouts from Hera. Let's see what the game plan is from Viper here. I'm so curious to see what Viper's gonna do with the Mapuche on this map. And oh, the quick wall to get the scout! Let's go! Viper says, you may have dominated me game 1, but I'm gonna show off with my quick walls in game 2. And whether or not Viper loses or wins this game, he wins in our hearts with those plays right there. Hera loses the scout. Viper saves the Vil. The Champy upgrade is coming in for Viper. Double bit axe coming in for Viper. No double bit axe yet for Hera. Interesting. You almost always see double bit axe right away. And Hera not getting it. It's like the #1 tech that you see at the beginning of every single one of these Red Bull games. I don't think I've seen a single player not get it right away. This is the first game I'm seeing someone not get double bit axe in the first few minutes of the game. And Viper in a little bit of trouble here with the 2 scouts now on his Vils. And maybe Viper thinking about, ooh, he produces a spear and he saves the Vil, and Hera's gonna lose 2 scouts. Oh, but he gets his own champies trapped. But he gets his own champies trapped. So he loses the scouts, doesn't get the Vil, but Hera traps a few of his champies, and Viper continuing to add champies. What a great moment in this first game. And Viper just gonna hit the walls there with those champies. No more military being made for Hera. Hera is clicked up. Hera is already up to castle. Insanity. Insanity. Hera with such a fast uptime. Viper did this to his opponent. I'm sorry. Yeah, Viper did this to his opponent. I can't remember who it was that he did this to, but he also got a very quick uptime and went into Knights. And Hera gonna make sure that those champions never get out. He's gonna build more walls. He's gonna build more walls. Gonna build a house and just gonna keep them contained. Viper clicks, but he's gonna be a full minute behind Hera. And Viper gonna head over with some more champies. He's gonna make more champies here. I think what we'll see is bolus riders. I think we're gonna see ranges go up and bolus riders come out for the Viper. And Viper with just 2 spears. Hera going to split those scouts. Are there any weak Vils here that Hera could pick off? Hera's actually going to take a poke with the spear. A lot of mistakes that Hera has made. A lot of small mistakes here. Oh, and that weak Vil is in there. And he gets it. The Viper should have sent that weak Vil home and made a big mistake leaving it out here. I think it's kind of fitting that you would pay for that mistake. Knowing that you have a 1 HP Vil, doing nothing to deal with it. Hera deserves to kill that one, and Viper deserves to lose it there. Viper trying to break in on both the right hand side, and then we'll have to think about what he's going to do with those champies on the left hand side. Knights now for Hera. Spears being made for Viper. Oh, and Viper loses another Vil. Messy for Viper now. Hera about to lose his spear that has 4 wolves following it. And the Champy upgrade coming in now for Viper, who has 10 Champies. And Viper, is he going to add a monastery? Is he going to just add more spears? And Hera doesn't care. Hera does not care about this TC. He's going to continue to go in there and kill Vils. And now these Champies fighting... These Champies getting cleaned up fighting Knights, and Hera's just going to take the low HP Knights back and heal them up. And yeah, Hera just dominating again. No other way to put it. Hera just dominating again right now. Viper just in so much trouble. I thought Viper was going to do something with the Bolus Riders. I thought we were going to see some cool Bolus Riders play, but no, we're just seeing Spearmen and Champies, which just don't add up to a victory here against the Franks. I mean, the Franks ultimately will be able to switch into Axemen to deal with this. Maybe not Axemen, maybe crossbows, but honestly, I think it will just be Axemen. The Axemen deal well against skirms. They deal well with trash in general. And yeah, Hera now got his double bit axe, but didn't have it for the longest time. And we're gonna see A lot of army on the field for Viper, but Viper down 4 Vils, and Hera with 11 to 5 KD. And oh, but it wasn't fully walled, and this could cost Hera big time. This could cost him big time. And the champion's just not the greatest unit for killing Vils. Very slow here to get the Vil kills. Conversion comes in. We will see Viper get 2 Vil kills there. He is going to be able to be annoying. He's getting the last armor upgrade. Hera getting Bowsaw. Getting the first gold upgrade. Viper with a lot more army, but less army value. Knights and monks better than pikes and champies. Gets a conversion. Insta conversion for Hera. How unfortunate. And this is the fight of the game right here. If Hera wins this fight, the game is over. If Viper wins this fight, and Viper wins the fight, then this game will continue on as Viper has the army lead. Yeah, Hera should never have taken that fight is right. That was a very bad fight for Viper, but Hera adding a second TC and is going to seal that hole up in the back. Actually, that's still not walled completely. There's still a hole. Will these palisades go down? Palisades go down, but there's still no hole. And Viper with equal res collected, still down 5 Vils, has not added a TC. And now we're going to get a replay of that big fight. Big replay here. And we can see how just how bad of a fight this was for Hera as he loses his entire army with only cleaning up a very small part of the army for Viper. And these houses will go down very quickly. But there's still a lot of... oh! And an overchop, and Viper's in again on the left-hand side. And it's some very, very big mistakes from Hera. Hera playing kind of sloppy in this game, too. And maybe Hera feeling a little overconfident here as he dominated in game 1 and making some mistakes that are really not common mistakes from Hera. You usually don't see easily found holes, but like now he's losing his monks, he's taking bad fights, and it just looks like a very sloppy game 2 for Hera. And the Vil count evening up now, Viper adding a second TC, the army numbers starting to snowball in Viper's favor, and Hera starting to clean up the champies. Is cleaning up the champies. The Vil count is similar. The res collected is similar. And will we see a transition to Bolus Rider for the Viper at some point? The Bolus Rider could make a lot of sense against the amount of knights Hera's making. And the Wolves are doing work on Hera's Vils. And now it looks like Viper is in a little bit of a lead here. But Viper throwing away his spears. Not a great choice there. And Viper wants to pick off these monks, but these monks are just going to be a little too quick. They're going to run back to the town center. Viper forced to run back with his army. 3 TCs for Hera, 2 TCs for Viper. Viper lacking all of the eco-techs. Only has double bit axe. Does not have any other eco-techs. And Hera sending back some of Viper's converted champions to raid him. Viper maybe looking to get back in here. Two champies here, killing a spear. Will Viper recognize this? Viper sees it. Will Viper see the Knight raids? There's Knights coming in. A lot of Knights coming in. He's trying to quick wall. Gets the quick walls down. Gets the quick walls down. Viper slightly behind in the vill count, but so close. But 34 army to 22 army in favor of the Viper. And these monks being picked off. These monks being picked off by Hera. Hera taking a risky fight, but a good fight for him there. And now Hera getting more conversions. And now the army numbers evening out. Hera taking the lead. Viper a little bit preoccupied with this, trying to quick wall his eco. And the eco for Viper not looking very good now. 1k res collected more for Hera as the Viper having a lot of idle time, building a lot of quick walls. Viper with so many vills exposed. So many vills exposed. Hera finds it. Kills 3 vills very quickly. Will kill a 4th. Now 11 vill lead for Hera, and Hera gaining a significant lead. Getting a 4th TC up on the left-hand side. And Hera now looking very comfortable with this position. Hera knows that he's in the lead. Hera with a greater value army, more res collected, 12 vill lead, and now even the army lead. And Viper may be thinking about taking a fight here. Viper just 1k score behind and finding it hard to find an answer to this. I would have liked to see maybe a Bolus Rider switch from Viper at some point, but he's sticking with the infantry. Not loving the Civ choice, not loving the way that he's played. And Hera just making early mistakes, but making up for it with just being Hera. Coming back in this game, has a 20 vill lead now, has a 2k res collected lead, has so many monks on the field, has so many knights on the field. It's going to be incredibly hard for the Viper to be able to push this army back. And I would agree, no siege has made this a very impossible push for Viper, who needed to find a way to be able to push with this army. Now Viper trying to get a castle up forward, and Hera says, you want a castle on that hill? I know you want a castle on that hill, but that's my hill, and you can't have it. And this is an all-out battle now. Viper trying to take out the monks, trying to deny this castle. And we're going to see Hera taking the fight. Hera looking ready to click up to Imp. Hera also with the, yeah. And Viper taps. Viper taps out. Hera now up 2-0.
Set up the walls and the micro with the knights on the front. He was just so annoying.
The healing. Incredible, right? How you always pulled back the low HP knights. There's so many conversions. I want to see that number. When did we ever see like Frank's getting more than 20 conversions in a game?
Yeah, I think he had 14 champions in that game. And it was 27 conversions.
27.
Hera has been one of the most outspoken players against monks being OP for a long time. And there have been some nerfs to the monks because of many people complaining. Was it worth going devotion there if you're Viper? Like, I don't think I've ever researched devotion against Franks, but with 27 conversions, it's probably a good decision.
This was already nice preparation here by Hera. Wanted to intercept this. Obviously, the Chumpy can't really do too much. Incredible save by the Viper.
Yeah.
But he does not lose this villager here. It's just madness.
The thing about the statement there, incredible save by the Viper. It's absolutely true. We got to give him credit for it, but we were in a state of the game where he needed to go for a save 30 seconds in, right? And I feel like that is already kind of a sign that things did not go according to plan. Here, the only real damage that Hera took was because he had a hole in a wall. Yeah. And realistically, I think that Hera will probably not have another hole in the wall. Viper tried something different there. I could see the game theory behind it with the Spearman, but Frank's super smooth and super easy to play, especially good if you want to play in towards Cav. And Hera said, I'm not going to make another unit. I'm just going to play Cav, Monks to support. This is another overchop, but yeah, this has been all Hera so far.
Let's also discuss a bit the approach against Monks, maybe after you talk about this fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big fight, but you could tell Hera's like completely fine with every aspect of this. He was not worried. That castle went up because he did an incredible job at keeping Viper in his base. So is Riley just staring down our guests right now? What's happening?
The bouncer?
I don't know. He's intimidating people. I think we might have people leave.
Is he about to sing like the Aoe anthem?
I have no clue what this is. But I hope he can hear us. And Riley, if you can hear us, blink twice. Nope, he can't hear us.
No blinking. He can't hear us.
Wow. So we could say anything we want.
And talking about the monks, right? If you play against monks, with monks, the easiest thing is if one unit is running at you, you right-click it, you convert it.
Yeah.
It gets trickier if you have 5 monks and 5 units are running at you, and you can convert them. But that's manageable. The worst thing is if you have like 20 monks, 20 units are coming at you, and you have to do that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Viper, it felt like small armies came at him, and then bigger armies. But it was always like the wave. And it was not this one decisive fight. He always gave the monks enough time to heal, enough time to regain their faith, and that's why we saw so many conversions. Maybe falling back and making one major push with Siege could have been an option.
Well, so Siege is the big thing. I always say you gotta force fights. You gotta force fights, that way Hera can't wait for the monks to regenerate. You can't wait for the knights to heal up. And Siege workshop there, Nilly. You add in 2 rams with that army, Hera at least gets punished if he moves forward.
Look at those 2.
So, as we see...
Jaguar Warrior.
we see a Jaguar Warrior.
He had
a heart in his hand. And they have helmets.
Wasn't that Sebastian?
No, that was Hart. That's Hart, and that's Eagle Warrior guy, who doesn't have his head on right now because it probably got really itchy or something. They look amazing, by the way. But no, you need Siege there to force the fight, to circle back to what we were saying. And I think that's what Viper's been lacking so far, is a way to force the fights against Hera. But Loch Ness now, this is what you thought Viper should have gone to for Game 2. He can slow it down, be more methodical. This has been a weak map for Hera. I remember the ladder qualifier, he did not enjoy this map. I think it ended up being a ban for him. I remember losing him I can't speak. Got distracted by the crowd. Hello, crowd.
Leon, caster and tournament host.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, Viper also lost to Yo. Not Viper. Hera already lost to Yo.
In the Saracen versus Hans game, right? Yeah. Where the stone walls were played, and now Wu are being put out here.
I like Wu here a lot. I like Wu here, but for Hera, he should have some solid civilizations on the other side, and he should have a solid All right, guys, game 3, Hera versus Viper. Hera as Bengalis, Viper as the Wu, and 2 civs that we haven't seen as like common civs on this map. We've seen a lot of Dravidians here. We've seen a lot of Vikings here. We've seen some Italians, but like we haven't really seen Wu or Bengalis. Hera now, this time, getting double bid-axe right away. We're going to see men-at-arms from Viper right away. And Viper wins that scout fight. He's crossing the river with the militia that's soon to be men-at-arms. We're going to see... He's going to kill the spear. He's going to take his time, kill that spear. Well, the spear's going to run away. But he does take a lot of HP off of it. And Hera as Bengalis. Oh, there's the Loch Ness Monster, guys. If you wanted to see it, there it is. And Viper going to get some damage in here. At least going to cause some idle time. And quick walls. And it's going to be a trap. It's going to be a trap.
And an insane trap from Hera. Hera says, you want to come in and try and cause damage for me with your men-at-arms. Get trapped. And it was disgusting. It was absolutely gross, but it happened. And now Viper gonna lose all 3 of those men-at-arms. And Luck saying the 4-0 is real, and it may be. It may be. Hera going to delete the gate, going to delete the Palisade gate. Hera going to add the market. He has 2 docks. Insane. Insane how good the traps are from the from Hera. And we have a fire from Viper. He's hoping to be able to push back the archers. Wazi says if they both 4-0, then the final will be more spicy. I do think that if both players from the semi 4-0, it just speaks volumes to how much they deserve to be in the final, and just how good that final will be between them. Viper though, Viper not looking like the Viper that's shown up the rest of this tournament. Like Viper in the last few sets looked as good as he's ever looked, and right now he's just looking not so clean. I'm also a little bit surprised by some of these Civ picks from Viper. It's like Viper doesn't feel like he can win playing with the standard Civs that have been picked all draft long. He feels like he has to do something special and different. And he's picking Civs that really haven't seen a lot of use yet. And maybe he's got some good strategies with them, but it feels like Hera may be playing a little bit more standard with his picks, and Viper trying to mix it up, and it's not really working. And Birdie says, I mean, it's Hera. Everyone looks not clean against Hera. And this is true that Hera may make players look like they're playing worse, but Viper looked good in his other sets. Even the games he lost, he looked like he was playing well. And so far today, Viper has not looked like he's playing well. His choice of Mapuche and the way he played them just didn't make a lot of sense. Did not seem to be like a good... the build just didn't seem to be there. The unit choice was strange. The approach and the execution was not very good. And now we're seeing Wu. And maybe we'll see something good here. Maybe we'll see a strong approach with the Wu. But right now, Viper really needs to put it together to be able to win a game and make this a good set. Viper will be up a lot faster to castle. So a strong benefit there. Hera will have to hold on for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Well, Viper can create castle age units. Hera making a lot of scouts that haven't gotten value. And Viper is going to open Gion Swords. Gion Swordsman. I mean, Hera playing archers, so this could be good. And Viper finds the dock. He finds Hera's dock. He's going to be able to deny this dock. Really good from Viper to be able to deny this dock. This is so crucial, so important, and it's happening. Really, really smart for Viper to have those ships patrolling the shoreline to find that dock. We're going to see a monastery from Viper on the side. Well, on the side of his base. And there come the Gion Swordsmen, and they're fully armored now. And Gion Swordsman with 7 pierce armor will take 1 damage from these archers. And now, yeah, Hera has to wall everything up. He has to add a monastery. And yeah, Lug says, please add siege this time, Viper. And I would love to see a forward siege workshop from Viper. That would be very good to be able to continue the push. And Hera's going to add a TC. He feels like he can play 2 monasteries and just add a TC in the back. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And a nice job from Viper to pull back the weak Gion Swordsman. He knows they can heal up. He's going to pull them back. And Viper doing a good job getting Vil kills here and saving the weak Gion Swordsman. Second TC being added for Viper. And yeah, I think this is looking a lot better for Viper so far. Viper being ahead 6 Vils here. Having control of the water. and causing Hera to have to play defensive. Hera not able to play offense like he wants to, and I love the addition of the third TC. Viper says, I'm in control of this game. I've got the lead. I just need to maintain so that I can continue to boom behind. We got another little picture of the Loch Ness Monster there. I love this from Viper. Viper says 3 TCs is fine. I have him where I want him. I have him on his side of the lock. I have him playing defense. Now's the time for me to boom behind the aggression. I'm not sure how the Wu will match up with Bengalis in the late game. I think it's important for Viper to have the relic lead. Not allowing Viper to, or not allowing Hera to get back on water and not allowing Hera to get all of the relics is crucial. Is absolutely crucial if Viper wants to win this game. Viper doing a great job controlling the water. He's got 9 fishing ships, which will... Ooh. And I don't know what Hera was trying to accomplish there. Can't really trap. And another dock going up now for Viper, who is definitely trying to control the water. He does not want to lose the water. He does not want to give Hera the chance to get back on water. And Viper doing a great job so far, keeping Hera contained in his base, not allowing Hera to go out for the relics, not allowing Hera to come forward to cause chaos and damage with the crossbows. Hera saying, okay, you're going to play an aggressive game with some boom behind. I will push you back, and I will add a 4th TC in my own base and boom myself. And Hera with Bengali's late game could be very, very dangerous. Viper needs to be aware that the Wu will get considerably worse as the game goes on, and Bengalis will get considerably stronger. But Hera going out to get another dock down. He's trying to get a dock down, but Viper on top of it. He sees exactly where Hera wants to go. Sees exactly where Hera wants to go, and he's not going to allow him the chance to get those docks down. Now, these crossbows are going to come in on the left-hand side. Viper will need to contest at some point. Ooh, and Hera's going to get the dock up. Viper doesn't realize it, and Hera's going to get that dock up. This could be a big problem now for the Viper. As the dock goes up and the Hulk immediately comes out. One conversion here could be big for Hera. It looks like Hera may get that conversion. He gets the conversion. And Viper's Geon Swordsman being pushed back here. And now another conversion will come in unless we see a delete. And we see the delete. And Hera gonna get the 3 relics on the left-hand side. The question will become, is Viper going to be able to keep him off the water as those Hulks begin to produce? Well, that dock is halfway down. Viper does find the other dock Hera's trying to get up. Viper is picking up the relics on the right-hand side. And now these crossbows coming in for Hera, trying to get damage. And Viper does keep that Villa alive. And a nice job from Viper to kill these Hulks. Medium ship upgrade coming in for Hera. We need to see the medium ship upgrade for Viper, and there it is. There it is, the University going up for Viper. And I think we're going to see this game go late. Is both players having significant boom. Hera slightly ahead in res collected, slightly ahead in TCs, slightly ahead in the Vil count. But Viper does have the water still, control on the water, but these monks are so annoying. So good for Hera, and Viper has to run with the ships, and he actually gets a conversion. Hera gets a conversion. The crossbow's being cleared up now by Viper, but Viper having to contend for water. And Hera probably feeling a lot more confident now that he's able to get a dock down, and he's getting ships out onto the water. Forward castle for the Viper. forward castle for the Viper on Hera's face, and Hera doesn't have an answer to it. And this is a big castle for Viper, who will gain control of that area, and all of those relics that Hera has forward, he either has to bring them back now or risk losing them. Viper getting wheelbarrow, getting heavy plow. And now Viper coming in and raiding. And now Hera trying to pull the relics back. Hera losing the monks. Hera up to Imp. Hera up to Imp. And Hera with his own castle. A second castle now for the Viper. But we have to remember it's traction trebs for the Viper and regular trebs for Hera. No bombard cannons for Hera. And just remember that Hera can convert the traction trebs with monks. A pause from both players. Not sure if there's a technical issue or if this is, yeah, I don't know that tactical pauses are allowed. It looks like Viper is talking with the admins maybe. Asking for a decision on something perhaps. Yeah, Viper talking with the admin.
Yes.
Oh, leg spikes. Interesting. Interesting that they're talking about leg spikes at a LAN event. Imp going to be in. Bloodlines and ballistics coming in for Hera. What are we going to see as far as his army? Hera has not made any army yet. I mean, Bloodlines makes me think he's definitely going to be going for some elephant archers, but are elephant archers really the answer to the fire archers? Siege workshop now going up for Viper. And these fire archers can be quite good at sniping the siege. Fire archers, in my opinion, one of the worst units in the game, but can be beneficial if you're playing up against an early imp from the opponent. Can get some value that way. And Red Cliff Tactics, yeah, the fire archers doing more damage to buildings. It looks like Viper looking to try and get to Imp here. Imp is in from Hera. And Hera going to go light cav. Light cav for Hera. Second castle now going up for Hera. And Viper trying to place a castle himself there, but maybe a little indecisive about that one, knowing that there's a castle going up from Hera. And he's going to put this other castle back on the right-hand side. And Imp now 2 minutes and 30 seconds away for the Viper. Treb's now out for Hera. Hera with a very healthy eco with 3k more res collected. Light cav now in for Hera. Water control still there for Viper. And one single Gion Swordsman and 2 light cav are going to solve the castle problem on this right-hand side for Hera. Hera finding this at the perfect time. And those light cav are strong when they're getting their last armor upgrade. And Hera getting more and more of a lead here as this early imp is paying off. Or earlier imp, I should say. 5th TC now going up on the left-hand side for Hera. Still 3 TCs for the Viper. And will the castle ever go up on the right-hand side for the Viper? Looks like Viper sending more Vills forward. Fire Archer's not really getting the job done against the Light Cav. And Gion Swordsman at the back of Viper's base from Hera that he converted. And more Vills coming in now for Viper to try and get this TC up, but the Light Cav just so chunky. And now Hera gonna build his own castle there on top of the Viper's castle. And Viper in a lot of trouble. Viper in a lot of trouble. And Viper will have to delete the castle on the right-hand side. Will never be completed. Viper getting his castle trapped in the middle. Viper now only with 100 Vills. 150 Vills for Hera. Hera overboomed, but we'll get Mahayana to save the day. And I think that the Viper knows the end is near. May call the GG at any moment. Viper adding that castle in the very back of his base. No army for Viper, who's mostly got just some Gion Swordsmen. Oh, Viper just sending the Gion Swordsman to try and attack the Scouts, but the Scouts with full armor, or the Light Cav with full armor. And Handcart just now coming in for the Viper. And Hera with the beginning the raids, and the raids are the beginning of the end. Mahayana now coming in for Hera. The Viper will know that the Bengalis get stronger and stronger as the game goes on, and the Wu really lose their steam in post-imp. And I think that Viper's going to be a little dismayed with the position that he's in. And Hera getting Mahayana will allow him to go over his 200 pop. Already at 200 pop, only 140 pop for the Viper. The Viper starting to get raided by that Light Cav in the back. And Viper trying to push forward with these Gion Swordsmen. Hera with so much Light Cav. No reaction from Viper in the back of his base as Hera cleans more Vills. And Hera now with more pop space, even though he has 163 Vills. And now Hera adding the docks. Will get on water. Will take control of the water. Hera with only 1 relic. So something of a positive note for Viper. Viper does have 5 relics. And Hera taking a big fight with the Light Cav in the center. Viper fending off this attack. Viper surviving that with more army on the field. But now Hera starting to produce Navy. Viper does not have control of the water any longer as those docks go up for Hera. Hera getting all the techs to switch into Navy. Score firmly in control by Hera. Hera with 13k more res collected. KD almost even. Eco KD in favor of Hera. Hera using these Light Cav to swoop in and kill more Navy from the Viper. Viper trying to go in on the left-hand side with the Gion Swordsman. Still a lot of Gion Swordsmen in the center to be able to defend. And Hera losing Trebs to the Gion Swordsman on the left-hand side. Now we have full techs, even shipwright for Hera on the water. And Hera knows just how important it is to gain control of the water on this map so you can have control of all of those golds touching the shoreline. Viper trying to get a castle up on the opposite side. And Hera swooping in with the Light Cav to clear the Gion Swordsman. Viper continuing to produce fire archers. An interesting choice from the Viper. Producing some pikes now. A lot of ships from Hera. So many fast fires. The fast fires from the Viper, just not as many. He'll need Hulks. Fully upgraded Hulks to counter this. Still lacking the attack upgrades for his Hulks and for his infantry. Viper having 2 attack upgrades he could get. And Viper down 3k score. The raid's actually being killed by the castles. But a big raid coming in on the left-hand side for for Hera. And the naval war not going in favor for the Viper. And Hera back in the eco again for huge raids in Viper's eco. Huge raids. Viper getting another castle up. Or trying desperately to get another castle up in his eco. And this big fight now in the center for Hera. Hera winning the fight. Hera denying the castle. Viper maybe feeling this one slip away. Feeling this one slip away as the res collected now 20k in favor of the of Hera. Vil count now under 100 for Viper. Pop not looking very healthy for Viper. Pop very good for Hera. And Viper does have 5 relics. The one thing that's going for Viper right now is the fact that he does have the relics. And the GG is called. 3-0 Hera right now. We'll go to game 4.
Preferred Ram and John Swordsman against that over the fire archers. I would have preferred not making fire archers, not getting the upgrades for them, and just going in and playing traction traps.
Yeah, with our knowledge, right, and that's the big difference, right? We see everything. A forward castle, then falling back and just playing to him with water control would have been the dream. Just stonewall the stonewall the sides, Lucio unplay, and Hera can't really break you. Maybe Viper thought Hera's economy was so much better and that Hera was now getting greedy, right? And only wanted to play monk defense. Against pure monks, that would have been tricky, but this already was a massive, massive advantage for Hera very early on.
This is how the game started, and this is just what the confident players are able to do. They're able to envision that. They'll let that army come through. When you already have 2 wins, you feel like you can do no wrong. And then this is where I thought the game was very good. And this is where I'm a little confused, Nilly. I completely agree with what you said, that maybe Viper thought that he was behind an eco. But he had fished the whole game, and he dropped town centers very early. So the game seemed very close. The castles came in. There was nothing Hera could do about that. Viper spent a lot of resources on unique technologies and fire archers. Hera made it to Imp before Viper had clicked. And this is where Hera started to claw his way back to the game.
Feels like Viper didn't respect the armor of the monks enough.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of engagements against monks there.
And he didn't get the kills.
Yeah.
Right? Multiple times.
Also, another game where maybe devotion is an opportunity. There's an opportunity for devotion.
And he had a monastery so early.
Yep, the monastery was there. Nearly, when I think of high-level Age of Empires, when I think of...
Is he going downstairs? That was just a trick. There was no stairs.
Oh, that's... I've never seen that before.
Maybe there's an elevator. Oh, there was no elevator. Okay.
Thank you for the distraction, Riley. When I think about, yes, round of applause for Riley there, round of applause. But when I think about high-level AoE, it comes down to incremental advantages, right? And so a player will get a slight lead, they will set that up with the next lead, and everyone who tries to beat who they perceive as a better player will skip the incremental advantages portion of the game at some point. And that's what I saw there. We had 3 TCs from Viper, we had water control from Viper, we saw the double castle. I think you think, all right, we got the slight map control lead, we sit back, we play the late game, we play Lushwans. He went for the full crazy kill, unique unit. I think he's struggling for confidence right now.
Are you 100% sure that he had Lushwans as part of his gameplay?
No, but I think it's really good, and I
think it is.
Yeah.
It clearly it should have been, right? Because it is incredibly good against buildings and other ships. Which is really unique.
Yeah.
He had enough water control. Could have been option. He could have denied the redox.
Could have pivoted at any point. You have a barracks there. As we see our live crowd cheering. As we see there's a Doubt fan here.
Someone got a lot of signatures there as well.
Are they cheering for Doubt at the moment? We did see a Doubt castle, so there was your Doubt sighting, everyone.
Maybe she's still watching beauties from Red Bull Wololo 3.
I know Doubt is.
Every morning when he wakes up.
Oh, we love Doubt. Let's see if Viper can turn it around. Viper going for one of the lead is his #1 pick here. It is not.
Here we go. Game 4. Hera with Ethiopians on Stonefront. Viper with Wei. And I think Hera has shown that he is able to dominate no matter what the map is, no matter what the Civ matchup is. He has shown that he can dominate the Viper, and we're going to have to see something special, something crazy, something really good from the Viper for Viper to be able to overcome the odds and get a win here in this best of 7. Viper would have to reverse sweep to make it to the finals. Very unlikely, but possible. And Hera will have to collapse. Hera will have to lose 4 games in a row, something we rarely, if ever, have seen Hera do. And Hera is going to open with archers as Ethiopians. Viper is going to open with archers as Wei. The Wei will have a few more vills early on because of the ecotechs. The Wei do get Tiger Cav, a very OP unit, if Viper can get to it. And the Tiger Cav versus Ethiopians will be incredibly strong if and when Viper's able to get to that place in the game. Now, if Viper plays into Jianbei, he could maybe temporarily have the advantage of mobility on the field and then get to the Tiger Cav, which is possible. And we'll just see what Viper's able to do with the Wei here. And we'll see how Hera is able to use the Ethiopians to his advantage. And we're going to see Viper just continuing with archers. Hera playing archers and scouts. Actually getting the second archer or armor up, or sorry, not second armor upgrade. Getting the armor upgrade right away for his scouts. And Hera just clears the entire army from Viper. Viper already on his back foot. Viper already on his back foot. Hera getting scouts and archers on the field so quickly. And we're going to see Vills go down. Viper going to lose his first Vill. And Hera just putting on the incredible dominant performance, what we would expect from the champion, what we would expect from the best in the world. And we're going to see a second Vill now go down for the Viper. We may see 3 Vills. We may see 3 Vills go down. Seems more and more likely that we'll see 3. And no, Viper will save the Vill. Maybe. Maybe he saves the Vill. All right, the quick wall is there from Viper. But Hera already with 2 Vill kills, already up 8-5 in the KD. Viper doing a terrific job saving the weak HP Vill there. But the Hera on offense, already getting that market down. Hera already thinking about Castle Age. And Viper nowhere close to clicking. Viper nowhere close. And Hera, his res just looking so good. His eco looking strong behind this. Another Vill down. Or not. Or not. I guess. Okay, it's down. Another Vill down. And Hera already with 3-0 in the eco KD. Hera just getting those small leads and then holding them. And another Vill goes down for Viper, who's suffering under the brutal domination of Hera. Hera already able to click. We're going to see the castle time so early. So early. Both Leary and Hera, this in the last 2 sets they've played, we've seen their very, very aggressive starts into fast castle play. And Hera showing it once again here. Opens 2 ranges, opens 2 ranges and a stable, and then gets up at 7 minutes into the game to Castle Age. And Viper desperately trying to get up, has a defensive tower at home, and Viper already down 600 res in the res collected. Gonna see Hera saving this army, knowing that he's going to make these into crossbows. A little bit of a pathing error there for Hera. His archers try to path around that little piece of stone and end up going the wrong direction. Hera going to take all of his archers back. He knows that he's going to be up first. Still no click up from Viper. And 1 minute that Hera has to hold on to these archers so that he can get crossbow. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. Slowly building up the numbers. Hera knows that he might have to take an engagement here. Good job from Viper to force the fights. Really good job from Viper to force these fights. He knows that Hera's up. And Hera just trying to buy time, losing some archers along the way. And Hera now clicking crossbow, clicking bodkin, clicking bowsaw. And Viper's clicked up. Viper's clicked up to castle. But now we're going to see the archers for Hera cleaning the entire army from the Viper. The micro from Hera, insane. And Hera now going back forward. He's going to build a siege workshop forward. He knows he has the advantage. He's adding some knights to deal with any skirms that Viper might make to defend. And Viper trying to get a counter attack. He's sending some archers to the right side. Hera sending the knight forward to get some scouting information. Viper building a tower on the left side of his base. Going to be pushed back. Will not be able to finish the tower. We have Wheelbarrow now coming in for Hera. Hera going to be able to get that forward siege workshop up. Knight now in for Hera. The Knight's going to dodge and kill Vils. The Knight's now wreaking havoc in Viper's base. And Viper just no response to these Knights. Still 10 seconds from being up to castle. Viper, who was maybe hoping he would be able to pull off some wins and turn this set around. Maybe losing the hope that that's going to happen. Nice job from Viper getting in to get damage. And there's the castle from Viper. Viper maybe thinking here that Tiger Cav could make the difference. Tiger Cav can be a brutally good unit. Viper losing his archers to the TC. Big mistake there as Hera walled it up and got to the position where he could keep those archers out. A ram now from Hera. And Hera continuing to add the knights. Tiger Cav now on the way for Viper. And maybe Tiger Cav can save the day. Maybe Tiger Cav can turn this around. Tiger Cav clearing up Hera's knight. Vil count in favor. Vil count in favor of the Viper. Somehow, after losing several Vils, still able to have a higher Vil count. But the eco res collected 1k in favor of Hera, and Hera does have that second TC up. The Tiger Cav being sent over to Hera's base. Hera will need monks to handle this. Or camels, but most likely will need monks. Tiger Cav. Viper on 5 Tiger Cav now. Has to run with the 1 weak Tiger Cav. Has 2 other Tiger Cav there to help clear the camel. And Hera's lead continuing to grow as he's on 2 TCs. He's going to be building a monastery in the center. He's going to pick those relics up, adding a 3rd TC. Viper will clear this ram with the Tiger Cav. A lot more army on the field from Hera. Viper having to run from the camels with the Tiger Cav. And Monks coming out now for Hera on the down below, picking up 3 relics. Hera trying to get a conversion. Will he get it? He gets it. The very quick conversion. Very lucky there. And Viper gets his own conversion on the top. Viper looking to do damage. Needs to get in. Hera just producing the counter unit. Knight's still in the back of Viper's base. Gonna get cleared now by the Tiger Cav. Second TC down, going down for Viper. Viper maybe will need to start thinking about adding Jianbei to deal with the camels. Tiger Cav clearing the knights. Viper stabilizing a little. 2k res collected up for Hera. Viper trying to get a conversion. Hera will delete. Hera tracking Viper's Tiger Cav with his camels. Hera picking up all 3 relics on the bottom of the map. Viper coming in with a lot of Tiger Cav here. Hera trying to get a block there with the Palisade Gate to slow those Tiger Cav down to catch them with the camels. We do have Bosaw now coming in for the Viper. And, Viper's going to take a fight here now with the Tiger Cav. This is a good fight for the Tiger Cav. Going to clear a lot of these camels. 13 Vil lead for Hera. Hera with the 3k res collected lead. Viper trying to take the gold in the front of his base. May need to start thinking about expanding up top or down below to one of these stone edges. TC being added, 4th TC being added in the southern stone hedge for Hera. Fight happening in the middle. I think Hera maybe... Alright, Hera backs off with the camels. Viper trying hard to clear up that siege workshop in the front of his base. Maybe thinking about a TC there or another castle. Horse Collar and Bloodlines coming in for Viper. Husbandry, Handcart, and the second armor upgrade coming in for Hera. And Hera with 4 TCs now at 86 Vils. Eco looking very strong. Still no wheelbarrow for Viper. Viper maybe thinking through what he needs to do here to try and stay in this game. Crossbows coming forward for Hera. Hera maybe massing up his army in the center. Thinking about a push. Going to add another stable for more camel production. Of Monks and Tiger Cav for the Viper. The Viper interested in taking a fight here, but there's too many Monks and too many camels, and this is going to be a very good fight for Hera. Hera gets 2 conversions. The conversions will come right back for Viper. He gets the Tiger Cav back. Now Hera has to leave. Or I'm sorry, Viper has to pull back. And Hera now feels confident to push forward. He has so many camels. He's going to going to patiently wait. Maybe thinking about bringing the Vils forward for a castle. Viper thinking about building his own castle. Not quite sure where to make it. No stone for Hera, though. Hera putting a lot on stone now. Has 15 on stone. Definitely thinking about saving for that castle. Hera adding more and more camels to the mix. More tiger cav for Viper. Viper going to add a second castle forward. 3 relics for Viper. 3 relics for Hera. Outposts on the left-hand side for Hera. And Viper now adding Jianbei. Adding Jianbei in. The Jianbei Tiger Cav combination could be very strong for Viper. But Imp coming in for Hera. And Hera having to feel very comfortable in his position with over 100 Vils. 6k res collected lead. Army numbers lead. And now Viper has to run away. There's 30 camels on the field. For Hera, only 23 Tiger Cav for Viper. Viper being forced back by these camels. And Viper maybe at a loss at what should do next. He clicks to Imp here. Clicks to Imp. Doesn't have the army to fight Hera's army. Does have a few monks there, but now they're going to see another castle. Another castle for Viper. Hera still with no castles on the field. Well, there come the crossbows. Viper going to lose a few more Vils here. Still no ballistics in for Hera. Viper going to place his first castle on the north side of the stone hedge. Viper thinking maybe he'll have a chance to pursue those crossbows, but there's monks right there for Hera and more camels for Hera. Viper feels as though he needs to take the fight. He has the numbers to take this fight, but will need to retreat after he's taken it. Viper taking the fight anyway. Before Imp. Imp comes in for Hera. Viper needs to retreat with these Tiger Cav. Viper just continuing to pursue. Now he's running, but losing so many Tiger Cav along the path to those camels. Heavy Camel and Royal Heirs coming in now for Hera. Royal Heirs adding that bonus attack versus mounted units. +3 attack, and Heavy Camel obviously being a great tech for Hera. And Viper staying on Tiger Cav, even with the Heavy Camel on the way for Hera. And Hera in the commanding lead with 10k, no, 11k more res collected. And Hera going in with the camels to raid. And Viper really no response, nothing he can do to fight these camels. Elite Tiger Cav on the way for the Viper. Viper clearing all the Vils. Sorry, Hera clearing all the Vils for the Viper. Viper down to 72 Vils. Has half the Vils Hera has. He's Elite Tiger Cav. Elite Tiger Cav is in. The crossbows are finally cleared up. But only 69 Vils left for Viper. 132 Vils for Hera. Hera with the commanding lead, trebbing down the castles for the Viper. The Viper calls the GG. Hera will be moving on to the final tomorrow to face his teammate Leary in the final. Congratulations to Hera and to Leary for terrific tournament performance so far.
Dominant performance. We'll see what Riley and Hera have to say.
Yes, indeed. Well, what a series we've just seen, a display of utter dominance from Hera. But Hera, before we get into talking to you about what we've just seen, my friends, let's put our hands together. Let's congratulate our gallant runner-up in this set. Well done to the Viper, one of the game's all-time greats. He put up a hell of a fight, but at the end of the day, Hera, unable to contest the dominance that you continually display for us. This has been a great tournament for you so far. A couple of wobbles against NBL. We won't talk about that. How are you how are you feeling about how you're playing? You seem very comfortable. It's all coming together smoothly for you?
Yeah, I think this was my best set so far of the tournament, so I'm feeling great about that, especially going into the finals tomorrow against Leary, who I think looked the best out of everyone in the tournament so far. But no, I'm very happy with the result today, and once again, GG's to Viper.
Well, I want to talk about the challenge that Leary might pose for you tomorrow in the final. But before that, let's get into some of the games, some questions I wanted to ask you. In map number 2, right on Hengehold, there was a bit of early pressure from Viper. He seemed to get off to a pretty good start there. What were your main objectives in attempting to contain the start that what was your counterplay plan there?
Well, my main strategy was to wolf rush myself on the side. I think that was really smart.
Yeah, good.
And then besides that, I would say just going scouts into knights into monks felt really good into what he was going to do. I haven't played too much against the Champi warriors, but I haven't been too impressed from what I've seen. That being said, I think he actually did a really good job taking engagements that game. I think my monks had gotten more value potentially. But overall, I think my strat was good enough.
Moving on now to game number 3, you were very patient in playing this game, particularly when it came to winning water. Did you recognise that was something that you needed to leverage in order to get yourself into a better position? Patience, taking a slower approach to things?
Yeah, I think like if you win water on that map early, it's hard for your opponent to get it back until like way later. So my main plan was like to stabilize a really nice economy, counter it first, and then go for the water. In practice, every time I went to water too early to try to re-get it, I just lost the game. So that was the main idea there, and I think it worked okay. We'll have to watch it back to see if it's viable.
But taking your time there certainly got you in a better position to take it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
And finally, in game 4 there, we saw obviously Viper, he dug his heels in, he was going to fight to the last man. What did you recognise that you needed to do to close out that game? Was it just getting to imp, or was there something else going on?
Yeah, I think like the Tiger Cab is probably the best unit in the game right now, like standalone. So my main objective was to do a lot of damage early before he gets there. And when he does get there, I just want to slow down the game, relax a little bit, not die to it. In imp, it's not as oppressive. Yeah. So that was kind of the main game plan. And honestly, the Ethiopian camo was really solid against it. Did what I had to do.
Let's turn our attention now to tomorrow, the Royal Albert Hall, an incredible, an iconic venue here in London town. It's going to be incredible no matter what, right? But let's zoom in now and think about your opponent. Leary, a friend, a teammate, but also, Hera, a 2-time Red Bull Wololo champion. You've won 1, but tomorrow you're either going to even the score up at 2-2, or you're going to go down 3-1. Is that playing into your mind? Do you want to make your name there along with Leary as a 2-time champion of this incredible series here?
I mean, that would mean a lot for sure, but I think like to be frankly speaking here, my main objective was to actually play in the Royal Albert Hall. I feel like I achieved that and I'm super happy about it.
You're really excited,
yeah,
I can imagine,
honestly.
Absolutely. Well, we can't wait to see it. All right, well, I mean, less than 24 hours remain until this huge event takes place. What does that time look like for you? What are you going to do in the next little while?
I think I'm going to go back and just think about the draft a little bit, try to get a nice night's sleep, and then tomorrow morning, I might Russell Leary in the morning, kind of wear him down a little. We'll see if that helps a bit, but no, the main objective is to just get a nice rest and come back strong with a good draft and a good plan in mind.
All right, well, best of luck to you, Hera. We can't wait to see how you go tomorrow. One more time, everyone, give it up. It's Hera! Well, as we bring the day to a close now, we welcome Zoe back out onto the stage. And Zoe, what a day it's been. We have seen dominance from some of the best players in the world. We had huge, hard-fought battles yesterday, but today we had people showing just how good they are at this game. What stood out to you, some highlights from today?
Well, I think it was the dominance, the game plans that these players came in with after a group stage where they got to kind of gauge the strength of all their opponents. The fact that they keep on coming up with new things with such short turnarounds, just literally one night of prep work, and they're showing us so many dominant performances and maps. It's quite impressive, and I can't wait to see what they're pulling out of their sleeves tomorrow for the grand final.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of tomorrow, let's have a look at our schedule for the action tomorrow. Of course, it is finals day at the Royal Albert Hall. We will be opening up match 1, Marine Lord versus Wham. We've seen both of these players do great things here at the Odeon, but how will they perform in one of the biggest venues we've ever had any event like this held in? And then finally, Zoe, of course, Leary versus Hera. 2 titans of the game. They have looked untouchable, but only one of them will be able to take out this blockbuster match. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the first one here, obviously, Marine Lord and Wham, the up-and-comer Wham going up against the immovable object of Marine Lord. And then seeing the teammates clash, it's all fun and games until we hit the server. So I think we are, the stage is set for an incredible grand finals day.
We're in
now,
for it.
Speaking of incredible things,
yes,
we would be remiss if we didn't put our hands together and give a special shout out and thanks to our observers, the eyes in the sky, who are calling all the action all day long. So thanks to Vodka, Heliquin, and Cow.
They've done an incredible job. It's hard work, but we've seen, we've had such an incredible, unparalleled access to these games. The replays, the watching horses run into the side of the screen, the hardest, the highest level we've seen from these guys. No, but thank you quite seriously. Thank you very much. And also, while we're at it, thank you very much, of course, to our sponsors, the people making events like these possible. Aegon by AOC, World's Edge, and Scan. Let's hear it once again for our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, guys. There's nothing else to see. This is the end of the semis. A little sad, a little disappointed with the crazy fast sets here today. We had 2 incredibly dominant performances by Leary and by Hera, and this is just like kind of obliteration for the opponents, and it's a little rough, but this. I hope that tomorrow we have an absolute banger of a final between Leary and Hera. Hopefully we'll see some crazy stuff out of both of them, and maybe we'll see it go all the way to game 9. Who knows? Who knows? That being said, Luck wants me to play team games. I think I'm actually going to call it here. I am moving very, very soon, a few days away from driving down to Florida to my new home, and yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of time to pack my things up, say my goodbyes, spend the last few days with some of my family members that aren't going with me, so I can enjoy that time with them. And then, yeah, when I get to Florida, when I get everything set up there, I'll be right back to streaming. Nothing's changing as far as me streaming full time. I'll continue to do that, but it should be good. Yeah, moving is tiring. It is, Luck. But a lot of the work is done. Have a nice place. There's a nice place that we're renting there in Florida, and I'm looking forward to getting settled in there and all. Yeah. So I do need to take some time though and get some things taken care of in that regard, but I will be back tomorrow for the final. I will be casting that, and then you guys probably won't see me for like a week. You probably won't see me for like a week. Maybe like a day or 2 after getting there, I'll have stuff set up, and I'll be able to do a short stream. But yeah, tomorrow will probably be the last stream for me for a few days, at the least. Let's see who's on for us to raid though. Let's see who's on for us to raid. I think David was doing some community games. Let's see if he's still on. He is. You guys can go have fun with David. who is... He's actually playing some 1v1s right now. So go have fun with him. Thanks to everybody for showing up, for making it fun to cast. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon.